遅いのはどちら？
そして恐怖しろ。
I don't know who the fuck he spoke with. I think Brax was one of them. Maybe. I think Brax already said he had a conversation with EO. I think he already said that. But like, that's not even nothing to get angry about. I dead ass don't even understand it.
The studios
I wonder how much a studio costs. Can't even find out. Studio's probably expensive as fuck too. Going what? Too bad. That's kind of big for an apartment. 1,700 square feet. That's pretty big for an apartment. That shit probably cost hella bit. It's called Landmark, whatever. Did it show like Zillow or something like that? Where do we find this shit? Go to realtor.com.
Dude, chat, December is so good, bro, for horror games. Tell me it's not. Chat, it is so fire getting to play Christmas horror games because new ones come out. Chat, tell me it ain't. Chat, tell me it ain't just fire, bro. Dude, I need a new horror. I need a new Christmas horror game to come out.
Alright lads, so today that increased styles and shots. When this character first came out, it wasn't anything super crazy, but I believe maybe that year, or these characters came out I believe in 2020, but in 2021, it was the year we started to get inheritance trials where characters like this started to shine a tad bit more because an increased styles and chance when there were hollow enemies was actually valuable to have for clearing inheritance trials as fast as possible. So she was always like a random character that came out, didn't really get a place to shine, but once inheritance trials came out, there was some usage for this character for a brief time. And I'll be honest, now that I'm looking at the character design again, I actually really like this character design and the artwork itself. I think this year for Christmas Ruroka was actually really cool. With that said though, she is a 14% recharge soul trait, so what you would love to see is more damage. Strong attack damage, simple, 16% sad would be great. 20% more strong attack damage when at full stamina would be amazing. It would make her one of the best links in the entire game, like the most recent 1000 Jöbugger. But considering that she's not a 1000 Jöbugger character, I'm really not holding out on her getting a good soul trait, especially just because we've got Ichigo resurrected, who also got a good soul trait less than a week ago. Since it is an enhanced soul trait, that's the one you don't want Caleb to mess up on, but chances are what we are going to see here is just damage to Frozen, which again, depending on the future character we do get, could be somewhat decent. You know, Rukia, for example, does want to inflict freeze and do more damage to freeze, but I still don't think you would use that over a normal good sword trait like 1000 Blood War 10 years later Ichigo. As far as the skills go, she has Berserker, Bruiser, Debilitator, Devastation Frenzy, Increased Styles and Chance, and also Sprinter. What we are likely going to see her pick up here is Guard Break, preferably Havoc, and if possible, a Spiritual Pressure boost. That would actually be really good for a character like this, but we're most likely also going to see more damage to frozen enemies, because that seems to be the trend Killer are doing right now for resurrectable characters, especially with the sword trait. Instead of getting status on duration because they're basically no longer needed, we're now just getting damage to X stats on it. So with that said, let's see what Ruroka does have to offer. So she is doing damage to frozen enemies, plus 20% for the soul trait. Again, not the best soul trait in all honesty, because in the fact that she was a 14% recharge character, you would like to see a different soul trait. But remember, like at this point in time, Mind and every other attribute has access to just amazing links in general. While I would have obviously liked this character to get a really good second sword trait, it doesn't impact me that much, you know? Would have been nice, but like I'm not gonna throw a hissy fit because she didn't get a really good sword trait. I'm fine as is with the sword traits that I do have. Will I ever use a sword trait like this? I'm not too sure, but you never know what the future meta might hold. In terms of skills, she did get an increase of 20% on her strong attack damage, that being the Berserker skill. She did pick up Guard Break, and as far as innate skills do go, she did get the Havoc. Did she get any other skill? Unfortunately not, and because she isn't a 1000 Jöbugger character, she doesn't get an innate skill. So we were really close to actually getting a actual really good upgrade with a character like this. It was expected she was going to pick up Guard Break. That is now the norm. If you don't have Guard Break, and you can get it, likely that is going to be the first skill that you do get. She got a 40% damage increase. 20% of that is tied behind the fact that you need to inflict freeze, which, assuming she is up against Heart Hollows, that'll be really good. The Havoc is nice. More range overall is great. If she could have picked up a second skill, though, I would have absolutely loved for her to have picked up the Spiritual Pressure boost, and that would have actually made her a really good resurrection. Unfortunately not, though. Will you use this character as a sword trait? Likely not. Will you use this character now she has resurrected? At least she'll be more enjoyable for those that do want to use her, especially when you are up against Heart Hollow characters. After that, we have Momo, and I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely despise this character. I don't really have strong feelings on Momo as a character, in all honesty. I know some people really like her, some people really hate her. I just really hate this character. She was our first link slot character in the speed attribute, so when it came to farming Inheritance Zone, which, you know, nowadays is relatively super easy, back then it was pretty difficult, and I was forced to use this character, and her SA2 in particular, right, if we actually scroll and have a look at what it is, just looking at the similarities, it is Alan Yudo's Strong Attack 2, which is the one that he introduced, and this Strong Attack 2, which I believe we've only ever seen 4 times with these 3 characters, 4 including Momo, is that it groups people into you and then pushes them away. But the problem is the invincibility frame on that SA2 is just terrible. Because that in-between phase when you're sucking everyone in and then about to push them away, you don't have invincibility frames. So you can get hit and you can get cancelled out of that Strong Attack 2. That's always been its problem, because the character like this, for example, especially in Inheritance Zone when that was available, if there was a boss doing a charge-up attack and you inflicted Lacerate, it would cancel that charge attack that the boss was about to let off, where you get potentially free, you know, a couple seconds of doing damage, and they would instantly use their normal attack and then make you lose all your full stamina. Or potentially in some cases die because characters weren't super tanky back then. So strong attack kit wise, I just really didn't like her gameplay, especially with the Lacerate. Lacerate kind of made it worse to a certain extent. So absolutely, long story short, despised using this character. So I'm maybe hoping for her downfall. I don't want to see anything good. I don't know. In terms of the sword trait though, she would likely, might be the pattern right, get damage to lacerated, which probably isn't that good of a soul trait because it'll only be 20%. We do have access to 괡, who's recharged 4% and 30% damage to lacerated enemies, which is actually a pretty decent soul trait for someone like Kenpachi. And since she is a resurrectable character, this will be 20% if she does get that, so you won't ever use this character as a link to Kenpachi over someone like 괡. In terms of skills though, she has Berserker, Bruiser, Damage to Lacerated, Debilitator, Devastation, Frenzy, Power Links or Potion +5, and also Sprinter +1. She already has 8 skills here, so likely we're only going to get 1 new skill in the innate skill, and that likely is going to be Guard Break. And then because of that, because she already has 40% damage to lacerated enemies, I assume she's just going to get a simple strong attack damage increase as far as soul traits are concerned. Let's find out though, shall we? So soul trait is still damage to lacerated enemies. Interesting. She already has 40% as a skill, so now that goes up to 60%. Her Berserker went up by 10%, but unfortunately it didn't go higher than that. And that's basically about it. So again, still a super situational soul trait. And with Zombie 괡, a soul trait like this does exist and is better because you're getting 30% instead of 20. So it seems like a filler batch, right, in terms of soul traits that we are getting here. And the character itself didn't really get all that better, but I guess I do like the 20% Havoc. The problem with this character has always been the range, but likewise now it's range and damage output. And then last but not least, we have 괡ᴇᴄ. And this, looking at all 3 characters now, this was actually kind of just a mediocre Christmas banner, I will be honest. None of these characters had like any shine in the game besides Momo, and that was because she was the first Linksaw character, and she got quickly replaced. This character was kind of used and designed for the Amelia Espada guild quest, and I actually maxed her to use her in there, but I don't think I ever did. So likewise, she is a 12% recharge soul trait. Let's just kind of brush past this really quick. She's probably picking up damage to paralyze, right? That seems to be the trend with this particular batch. Which I get it, it's the trend in general that Caleb are doing, but I am kind of surprised that we haven't gotten many strong attack damage soul traits as of late. Like when we do get strong attack damage, it's at full stamina, the 20% one, the really good one, which is what you want to see. But right now, it seems like you're either getting a really good one or a, like just mediocre one. No, like no decent full stamina or just strong attack damage. Which again, we have plenty of, but still would be nice to maybe see some new ones. In terms of skills though, she has quite a lot going for her as far as the 2020 character did go, but she isn't picking up any new skills here, so we might potentially see, we are going to see more so 1 new innate skill. And considering what they did to Momo, it's likely going to be Havoc. And Havoc upon resurrecting is always nice, more range is always good, right? And I believe I remember this character having good strong attacks, if I look correctly. Yeah, she has like a beam SA1, SA2's 960 if she has Havoc, and then the SA3, kind of like a vacuum attack. Not the greatest strong attack kit, but nonetheless, these are what you want to be using. We're probably going to see a Berserker increase and a Paralyzed enemy, which is... Yeah. Doomsday trait like this does exist and is better, because you was expecting these characters banner. Enough always, and most of these are quite good, I might, which I desperately do need. Because if we head into the game right now and I quickly claim all the rewards, right, what is my orb count currently looking at? Well, it's actually looking quite good, I might say, because I haven't actually done Senkaman just yet, so that's like another 400 orbs that I can get. So with these resurrection orbs, that's at least 5,000. And remember, to do pity in this game all the way to step 25, it does take 5,500. And most of these orbs are free to play too, so that's actually quite impressive for me, right? But to be fair, I do need orbs for mid-month, right? Because that is dropping tomorrow, and I do want to at least do 3 steps. So I should be good for end of year, do 3 steps on mid-month, and still have enough orbs. Maybe I might need to buy a pack or 2 to go to step 25, because best believe I'm going to step 25 on an end of year banner. Are you mad? I mean, end of year for me, as someone that plays this game a lot, is always like 25 steps guaranteed, especially anniversary too. So if we can scroll down and have a look at what's next, the oldest batch to get resurrected now is Can't Fear Your Own Worlds. Now, this time last year, I believe, it was a Can't Fear Your Own World batch, but we didn't have the anime going on, so 1000 Year Blood War took its place, right? Because we just got 10 years later, Ichigo Rukia resurrected. So I would like to say, especially now that 1000 Year Blood was basically done for the most part, you know, the first 14 manga rounds have been resurrected. Our next 1000 Year Blood banner, you know, it doesn't happen for another year and a half, so we shouldn't be seeing any 1000 Year Blood resurrection anytime soon. And maybe that's why they have been stalling Can't Fear Your Own Worlds, because now that 1000 Year Blood is basically out of its way, we should now move into Can't Fear Your World, because there's a lot to go. There's like 10, 11 plus rounds, and then eventually, you know, we need to start Spirits Arthur with you characters, which should hopefully happen sometime next year. In terms of our next set of resurrectable characters, it is actually finally 5th anniversary. I've been seeing a lot of people say that they are delaying Ichigo and Byakuya. That's definitely not the case. Remember, resurrections basically go in order of release with very few exceptions. Sometimes characters get done early if it's a seasonal event, like now, for example. You know, Christmas characters are all the way up here. Yeah, we're all the way down here for premium and Can't Fear Your Worlds. 1000 Year Blood War, they get resurrected when the anime is airing, so they get done a lot earlier. In terms of premium characters, they go in order, but occasionally, like we saw during the 4th anniversary, they can get full ahead of time and be done earlier when the timing is right. And I still believe 5th anniversary should have been resurrected during the 9th anniversary, but just because they didn't do them doesn't mean they were delayed, right? And we'll see how it does go, but this now should be our next batch to get resurrected at the start of January, more so mid-month of January. It's the oldest premium banner to now get resurrected. 3rd anniversary Okura was resurrected during January, likewise with Quincy Ichigo too, so we should see Ichigo and also Byakuya's resurrection sometime next month. And considering what 10 years later Ichigo and Rukia got, we're likely going to do the same thing here with these 2 characters. Ichigo should pick up the Spiritual Pressure boost, hopefully some innate skills, and then Byakuya should also be getting, you know, Frenzy plus 2. And if anything, right, what I'm maybe more excited about these characters is that despite them being absolutely amazing, like these are the standout characters for the year 2020, and the 10 years later characters I think were slightly better. The 10 years later characters though, they came with 3 innate skills, 2 innate skills, for example. So there's a lot of potential with these characters' resurrections because they have no innate skills. Ichigo and Byakuya could potentially pick up 2 to 3 new skills, hopefully. So while 10 years later, Ichigo and Rukia did get good upgrades, they were still limited on what they could get because they already had like maxed out skills. So basically, what I'm gonna say is I'm looking forward to 5th anniversary character resurrections. Hope they don't fumble them. Even if it doesn't make them super OP, like you're not gonna expect that with resurrections, as long as it makes them better and more fun, I'm super down for it because I really do like these characters. And with their resurrections out of the way, we should hopefully start looking into them getting remade next year. That does seem to be the trend, right? They get resurrected, then they get remade. We got Mugetsu resurrected last year. We received him this year. We're still waiting on a potential Full Hollow remix, so maybe 5th anniversary characters remakes aren't going to happen straight away, maybe near the end of next year, but I'm hoping to see them resurrected, especially because since we are getting a lot of 1000 Year Blood banners and a lack of original What If games, understandably so, right? 1000 Year Blood now is the main thing. We had years of original characters non-stop, and they've almost done everything they can do as far as original forms are concerned, but I am really looking forward to a potential remake of Ichigo and Byakuya, because I think the most fun part and unique part about remakes of characters like this is that, one, they look the exact same, obviously, right? New visuals, but it's really cool to see a character that we've known for years and been playing with for years do a different attack, especially in the swim animation. Like, I felt like the remake of Ichigo and also Okura, the 3rd anniversary and also Quincy one, their remakes, and seeing them do different attacks was actually really cool. But yeah, either way, that's the video for today. Christmas characters have now been resurrected. For the most part, a filler batch, more so just to get extra orbs for the end of the year, and our next resurrection batch should be 5th anniversary Ichigo and Byakuya finally. In the comments below, let me know what you think about the characters' resurrections, and let's see you guys next time. Take care and peace.
今日は特別だよ。気分がいいからね。始めるよ。どうだい？好きなの取りなよ。メリークリスマス。しまった。はい、どうぞ。まあ見てなよ。これが僕からのプレゼントだよ。
サンタ宛ての菓子とは気が利くな。悪くねえ味だぜ。行くぞ。持ってけ。よっこらしょ。腹減ったな。逃げんなよ。マジか。いただくぜ。なんだこりゃ。メリークリスマス。もう頑張ってんな。
All right, lads. So in less than 12 hours' time, we are going to get our final mid-month banner of the year for 2024. And in this case, it's a new Christmas 괚ᴜᴘᴘ and also Gremmy. And I'll say this right from the get-go, I am a fan of both of these units. I think they're actually really good for what they want to be used in. They're both great additions to the game. And for mid-month standards, because again, these are mid-month units, right? They aren't supposed to be as good as end-of-month characters, technically. But they do have some cool things about them that make them unique and in a way stand out, even when compared to end-of-month units. What exactly makes them unique? We'll talk about that in just a minute. So first up, remember, the banner itself is available tomorrow and will be here until the 31st. What this does mean, obviously, is that we will know what the end of year banner is going to be on the 27th while this banner is still out. So if you are tempted to summon on this banner, even to do the discounts, if you are low on orbs and you know whatever you spend here is less orbs spent on the end of year banner, the best thing as always to do is to wait. That's the benefit with mid-month banners like this, since the second they leave is when the new banner does start. On the 27th, during the Banker Live, we will know the 3 new characters. On the 28th, a day later, while this banner again is still out, we will know the full information regarding the characters and also the banner fillers. So unless you're a massive Gremmy fan and 괚ᴜᴘᴘ fan, there's no real reason to summon on this banner day 1, unless you can afford to summon on this and still summon on the end of the year. Me, for example, I plan to do 3 multis on this banner, go to the guarantee step, and then save every extra orb for the end of the year, because I know with the 3 multis that I can do here, I will still be able to go to step 25, where I'm guaranteed the character of my choice on the end of year banner. So when you're making that decision whether you should summon, look at your orb count, maybe wait to see what end of year is first, and then you can make a better decision whether this banner is better for you or the end of year banner is better for you. Obviously, end of year is going to be a better banner overall. It will feature 3 new characters that are maybe going to introduce a new power creep, rival the 9th anniversary units, but maybe it'll be a character that you don't care about. Maybe you're a massive 괚ᴜᴘᴘ fan, you're a massive Gremmy fan. In that case, you gotta do what you gotta do, like you're already dead set on summoning. I've already seen comments in my reaction video to these characters that this is their end of year banner. And in that case, I'm happy for you, and hopefully you can get the characters you want. Having a look at the new characters though, first up we have 괚ᴜᴘᴘ. Making her first appearance in Brave Souls, this time as Santa's little helper. 괚ᴜᴘᴘ is going to be a technique Stun Ritter Killer Plus unit, and she overall is a character designed to be used in the Nearly Stun Ritter Guild Quest. The main standout with this unit here is that it's finally an additional character that we can use as a lead. Remember, Guild Quest teams in general want to be 1 SP unit and then 2 normal attack damage characters. And the Nearly Stun Ritter Guild Quest in particular has always lacked options. They started to get some new characters over the last month or 2, but their only viable good lead as a character was True Shiga Ichigo, who is still a great character that you can use over 괚ᴜᴘᴘ, but if you don't have Ichigo, well, now you have a potential secondary character that you can use that will likely get very similar scores to Ichigo. And the reason for that is because of what she does offer. For starters, she has Frenzy +2, which does get increased to Frenzy 3 in Guild Quest, more melee damage, more killer effects. Upon inflicting a stat ailment, which of course she does have an increased chance to do so against any Quincy enemy, she will then get an 80% spiritual pressure boost. Alongside that, she would then do 60% more damage to those status afflicted enemies. 30% is coming from her soul trait, and the extra 30% is coming from the team party buff that increases all Quincy characters' damage output by 30% to any enemy that is inflicted by a status ailment. This is going to be really good, especially for our respective guild quest phase, where your best normal attack damage character is a Quincy character. That, of course, being Mask. Demasculine. This adds some good synergy between the two characters, as it will allow him to hit harder, but at the same time, 괚ᴜᴘ괘 as a character also does provide some good support, which is now potentially needed in Nightmare Guild Quest, which is now a mainstay on ⴚᴚ, and we do have the extra ways where the enemies have poise, so having barriers is going to be really good, which she can offer as an EX. And since she can apply both Drain and Lacerate, she's likely to stay at full stamina, but also stop the enemies from using their strong attacks, allowing someone like Master Masculine to also stay at full stamina and maybe not even have their barrier removed. And it's probably worth mentioning too, it is quite noteworthy that 괚ᴜᴘ괘 was given an EX attack, because remember, the enemies from using their strong attacks, allowing someone like Master Masculine to also stay at full stamina and maybe not even have their barrier removed. And it's probably worth mentioning too, it is quite noteworthy that 괚ᴜᴘ괘 was given an EX attack, because remember, she is a mid-month unit. This is the first mid-month character to be given an EX attack. Someone like 광ᴇᴜ, a character that was hyped up for the entire year, a character that released during a massive celebration that was the anime season 3 broadcast, she didn't even get an EX attack, but 괚ᴜᴘ괘, a mid-month Christmas unit, did. Whether that's a good or a bad thing comes down to you, but it does just go to show how kind of really good she is to a certain extent as a mid-month unit. And personally, what I do like about this character is she was given long stride, making it a bit more enjoyable outside of guild quests, and you can even take it into arena, where she'll be also a really good unit if you do get her to level 10. Now, what is important to understand is how she is going to perform in guild quests. If you want the unit and you just want her because you like the character and you think she'll be a fun character, then summon for that. If you're mainly summoning for a meta standpoint, whether she'll be better than Ichigo, from the looks of it, if you have Ichigo at 1 out of 5 and 괚ᴜᴘ괘 at 1 out of 5, she will be slightly better. Slightly better. Likewise, in a hypothetical situation, if you have both of them 5-5, 괚ᴜᴘ괘 will again once more be slightly better. So keep in mind these numbers. If you currently have Ichigo 2-5 and you only pull one copy of 괚ᴜᴘ괘, likely Ichigo is still going to be the better lead. And even though, 괚ᴜᴘ괘 can make someone like Master Masculine a tad bit better, the difference might not even be that noticeable. And one thing to keep in mind with Ichigo as well is that there is a chance, not guaranteed, we'll find out on the 28th, that he could be in the end of year banner. So what you could potentially end up doing if you jump into this banner day number 1 is summon for 괚ᴜᴘ괘 with the idea that she'll be better than Ichigo. In terms of scores, she's not even going to clear that much faster. And then if Ichigo ends up being on the end of year banner and you pull on that banner, likely you might get duplicates of Ichigo, and at that point, 괚ᴜᴘ괘 then does become redundant. Now, I'm not here to say 괚ᴜᴘ괘 is a bad character. Clearly, as you can see here, on an equal transcendence level, she is better. But because Ichigo is about to be a year old, he's technically now going to become more available. So if you are pulling for the idea of making your guild quest scores better, I would say wait and see what end of year has to offer, mostly because Ichigo does have a chance to be seen as a filler in the upcoming end of year banner. Next up, we have 광ᴜ. Now, 광ᴜ, even though he is going to be your standard normal attack damage character designed once more for a guild quest, he does stand out a tad bit, and I'm very excited and curious to see how he is going to play out. But why exactly is that? We'll talk about that in a second. First up, though, 광ᴜ wants to be used in the melee ⴬ᴜ guild quest. And this is quite noteworthy because melee ⴬ᴜ guild quest has been lacking new normal attack damage characters. Our last normal attack damage character came out like 4 years ago. So there is going to be a noticeable damage increase in scores if you do pull 광ᴜ, especially with the new guild quest update that we did get this week. There definitely now is more importance on normal attack damage characters because they can deal more damage since the enemy's defense stat is now lower. With that in mind, since he is a guild quest unit, he has the standard stuff that you expect of a normal attack damage character. In guild quest, he has Throw +2, more killer effect, more mini damage. His bruiser is at 105%. 70% of that comes from the skill, but 35% does come through the soul trait, making a good link for your other NAD characters too in the heart attribute. He has some other great stuff too. He has the enhancer, he has the booster skill, so his booster lasts longer and he's getting more stats. But the most important part about 광ᴜ is the SA1 and SA3. For the first time ever, we have a boost character that doesn't have a boost on the SA2. Instead, it's now his SA1 and also 3. And depending on how this does play out, especially with how the AI does work, whether it will use the boost correctly in the correct order, what we are having here is a boost character that can infinitely stack a boost and keep your team at a higher stat increase. What I mean by that is specifically in the SA1. The SA1 in particular lasts 20 seconds and has a 20-second cooldown. So usually the meta in Guild Quest with a no attack damage character like this is to give them recharge and maybe full stamina, that way they can stack their boost. Because in Guild Quest you always want a boost active. In 광ᴇ's case, you can just go full no attack damage and still keep the boost active. It's worth noting, however, because the SA1 can be infinitely stacked without any recharge soul traits, it is a lower boost than usual. A SA2 team boost usually gives a 43% attack, focus, defense increase with the booster skill. For 광ᴇ's case, it's only 23%, which for an SA1 I think is still good, especially with the fact that Nightmare and every Guild Quest in general has now seen a defense decrease. However, when we look at the SA3 in particular, when he decides to use his SA3, it will give your team a 52% attack, focus, and defense increase, lasting 35 seconds. So sure, while this character will be able to infinitely stack a boost, albeit a lower boost, only 23%, there will be the times where he uses SA3 and you're then getting a 52% attack, focus, and defense increase. So there's a lot of potential with this unit being used in Guild Quest just to get crazy stat boosts, and it honestly, depending how the AI is coded, for him to hopefully use his boost correctly,
Got my nigga right, how it's called. You straight? You straight?
Yeah.
I got that shit on too.
She gotta cook, clean, fuck, shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Come on, man.
We off that.
50-50, nothing.
We off that.
50-50, nothing.
Nothing. Hold your head up, King. Your crown is falling.
Okay. Talk that talk.
Yeah.
Talk that talk. I hear you.
If you snooze, you lose. Could never be no sucker and fall victim to anything y'all niggas be having going on. Motion is the key. First thing first in the morning, you gotta get up and get you some money, and if you ain't, ooh, hey, let me get your number. Yeah, let me get that. Yeah, my son richer than a lot of y'all niggas, man. You like it, son? You want Dad to get that for you, huh? Dad get you everything you want. You wanted this. You wanted to match that, huh? Look at him, just like his daddy, boy. You love that money, huh?
I want to play the game.
You want what?
I want to play the game.
Uh-huh.
Nigga, what the fuck is that on my pillow? Get the fuck out my bed, for real. What is that? What you mean now?
He might even be a character you want to use in Guild Quest that he isn't supposed to be used in, with the idea just to get an infinite boost, and in some cases, for a small amount of time, a higher attack boost. And since he technically doesn't want to use any recharge soul traits, since his SA1 and 3 has a longer cooldown, it means he will also more so focus his normal attacks, because the worst part about a normal attack damage character in Guild Quest is that they waste a lot of time using strong attacks that obviously aren't doing any damage. Since you aren't using recharge on this character, he won't be spamming strong attacks. He will only use a strong attack like every 20 seconds, basically. Which means he has more time to focus and deal more damage with his normal
always
attack.
do everything together. You know what I like about RDC chat? Is they always do everything together, bro. Like, that ass. One of them could get a crazy opportunity, but he has to do it alone, and he'll say, like, I can't do it if it's not with my mans. Bro, every single time. Oh God, bro, let me tell you this story. One time we was in LA. It was us, AMP, RDC was there. I think AIM was there. There was a few niggas there, right? They say, yo, this is party. Some slight. It says party. LeBron James was at this party. This back before we ever met LeBron. Like, we never, feel me? Like, this is a couple years ago. They said, bro, but like, it can't be too many people going up. And so Mark was talking to the guy, and Mark deadass told him like, nah, my man's can't come up. Like, I'm just not gonna go. Like, it'll happen in due time. And so we left. We went somewhere else. The place was too packed. And he ended up meeting LeBron at a premiere, like later that year, and it brought me back to the point where he passed up on an opportunity because he was able to do it with all his friends there at the premiere. And that shit hit home. That ass though. Like, they're actually like some good people, man. No cap. Some real genuine good people. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go!
Oh damn! Wait, what are y'all doing?
My nigga Todd. AB.
Oh yeah, you gotta pace yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You right.
What? Slow down. I'm asking, how do you fucking swear? Y'all niggas is on me.
Oh, my nigga, you're so slow.
That shit, old. Fucking old me. Oh, my nigga.
Let me out. Free me.
Hey.
Let's get it. Go. Yep. I should just leave.
I think they're about quite a bit.
Let's go. Free me. Let's get it.
And if we have a look at normal attack damage characters in the ⴄᴜᴜᴜᴜ Guild Quest, like I said, it's been a while since we received a new ⴄᴜᴜᴜᴜ, and you'll see the difference here is night and day. Right now, one of your best characters to use is the Fierce Battle Byakuya, a character that came out at the start of 2021. And now with 광ᴇ, not only does he give your team the team boost, making your overall team better, not only can you potentially use him alongside Bazby, who technically right now is the best leader for the ⴄᴜᴜᴜ Guild Quest, if you throw in the other 광ᴇ, the 9th anniversary one, he is giving buffs to both Bazby and also 광ᴇ. So they have that potential synergy going for them, but you'll see it, a 1 out of 5 광ᴇ is basically 3 times better than any current normal attack damage character you can use for this particular phase. To be fair though, more often than not, people will just brute force their way through this quest with Inohana and also Ichigo. So with that in mind, you might not even need 광ᴇ, but if you do get him, he will definitely make your team better. But since we now have the extra waves, where the enemies themselves have a lot of HP, normal attack damage characters, like I said, do shine a bit more. And that's why I think 광ᴇ's going to come in real clutch against the enemies that have significantly more HP, like 100 million HP in extra wave 1, and then 120 million in extra wave 2. So despite 광ᴇ just being a normal attack damage character, I'm actually more impressed with 광ᴇ over ⴑᴜᴜᴜ, because again, the ⴄᴜᴜᴜ Guild Quest has been lacking just normal attack damage characters in general. And that's it for the 2 new characters, right? 광ᴇ, I think, is definitely an impressive normal attack damage character. I'm very curious to see, though, and we have to be careful, right? I would say maybe wait and see how he does perform in Guild Quest, because his AI can definitely ruin this character's potential. Because in Guild Quest, if his SA3 is instantly used, and then he uses his SA1, well, at that point, you're not even getting the 50% attack boost, you're only getting 20%. I think regardless, he's going to be a great addition to his particular Guild Quest phase, but he can definitely be a super crazy character, depending on the AI and whether they actually use the boost correctly, and also just not be done, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. So we have to wait and see how his AI is going to play out in Guild Quest, but regardless, he's still going to be a great match character. ⴑᴜᴜᴜ, I like that we are getting more support in the mini stomach of Guild Quest. Ichigo, if you have him, you technically don't need ⴑᴜᴜᴜ, and that's fine. Than just Ichigo, right? So even if ⴑᴜᴜᴜ isn't a replacement for a character you might not like using, I mean, Ichigo's still a great character regardless. It's nice to know that we don't just need Ichigo for one Guild Quest phase. You have now a Ichigo or ⴑ�ⴜᴜᴜ, they're both going to be great.
Why you playing with me? You know I ain't on it. You say that okay? When I'm here,
wait and see what end of the year is first and foremost, because he could potentially be in that banner and you likely might get duplicates of him, therefore making 괚ᴜᴘ괘 potentially redundant. In terms of the filler characters though, quickly going through them, it's just seasonal characters. Surprisingly, Orihime has returned once more. She was literally in our last Christmas banner for end of month. Not complaining though, because she is a great normal attack damage character with a team boost SA2 and a tracking vortex, providing some pretty good crowd control. She wants to be used in the ranged sword guild quest, and if you have access to Giselle, the best lead for the ranged sword guild quest,
I love my wife. Let's go ride a bike with my wife. My wife's real young. My wife's real small. Let's go to the beach and play with a beach ball. Praise Jesus God and my wife. Let's go to the beach and ride a bike. Ooh, I love my wife. I love my wife.
Go to team
Ooh,
booster
I love my wife.
damage character for the ranged cap.
Did it by myself. I ain't had no help. Bitch on top shelf. Nigga be hoes like rap. Nigga green like elf. Damn, I love my hoe. She treat my kid like tea. Damn, I love my hoe. She treat my kids like tea. I got rest on me. Right, so me. Don't give a fuck about needy. Nigga ain't in my league. Yeah, I fuck a hoe off of X. I fuck a hoe off of pills down. I fuck a hoe off of 6. Run around town with the bills down. Run around town with them ricks. These niggas pussy, I know that they cap. These niggas capping that sticks. I really been with a motherfucking strap. I shoot that boy in the head. I leave that little boy dead. I got some horn in the bed. Nigga be pussy, yeah. Nigga be pussy, yeah. Run around town with them red. Run around town with some eggs. I get it. Don't give you all my heart. Come get it. Don't give you all my heart. Baby, come get this shit. I got the money on me. Yeah, I'll keep me a brick. I put the puppy in, damn, I'm keeping the brick. I put the puppy in, fuck me a white hoe. Fuck my hoe, she know I need a case. I'ma do it for demon. Watch when we slackin', we did it for demon. A lot of
Easy ass smoke, that smoke went nothing. Spread the 5 lights for breeze and get ugly. He tried to tuck the 5, we can even bucket. Clear the block, clear the whole street with a button. Got off on 12, they couldn't see the weapon. Thought she was sweet, little buddy projecting. I got too much going, they won't fuck it.
Alright, let's go. Point. Stay back. Good, bro. Hey, baby. Hey, yo. Raise up. Yo. What's good with it, bro? Yo. Fuck. What's up? Don't make it look like
Easy ass smoke, that smoke went nothing. Spread the 5 lights for breeze and get ugly. He tried to tuck the 5, we can even bucket. Clear the block, clear the whole street with a button. Got off on 12, they couldn't see the weapon. Thought she was sweet, little buddy projecting. I got too much going, they won't fuck it up. One on hoes out, he done cuffed them up. Turn around, shit and get disgusted. On that drug, I just came out concussion. 50 feet, he frame kid, he get the bus. He wasn't no fuck. in the store. Rats. Nigga bought rats in the store. Nigga won't smoke, let me know. Put my whip on the street, it be flow. Get his drop, we might kick in his dough. Spin my rats and I ran out some more. Glizzy whack, it's taking his soul. Different drip, I put on these clothes. He's a rat, he say what he knows. He the scrap and I pad the dough. I send a drop, tell him say no more. We just got the drop, finna say the low. Got hella scrap, I know my neighbors know. Nigga pop pills, what he aiming for? Nigga trying to get too high. Nigga fight, he get too high. I just hit the whip and blue by. Never seen his face here, new guy. Fuck. I'm on. Like we on him. Fuck. I'm on. They got me on. Alright. Fuck. That was that. I'm on like that. I'm on. Fuck. That was that. You might cut it. You might try to push up. Your jerk like. Who the fuck still wear fucking nigga? Who the fuck still wear fucking Levi? Levi the truck, you can't come back. Catch an op, Levi op on his back. Left house of cheese, got the stick at the mouth trap. You know my work gon' bark when they come down the road. Caught 5 shit, put that shit up on road. And you shit to put 3 racks in my clothes. Spook, I had 5, take out that track and shoot your ass down to your ass in that passing. I got money out while my pad be sagging. This a real gun, this ain't no slack gun. Stick, you ever made a handgun. You a fake drink, how you want to cut the spill over. Thought you was tough, you really be pillow. Same as Smith, I shot my shot. Blinded, ain't shit sweet.
You know K4 shot that.
This that getting money music. If you getting money, hold your bankroll up, get jiggy to it. Pop up back the cut and hit that Draco to that fucker click. Bitch, it turn me off, it turn me on, I hear my cutter split. I been on some other shit, drop back. I heard art hoes like the drop dots. Lil' hoe on some art shit, I'ma get that thigh pop. Rap niggas got undercover pressure, but I ain't saying nothing. Told her twin, he see something crazy, shoot it to his hand on. I done turn my mans up. If you ever see them 100,000 niggas stand up, nigga. That shit got red bitches off the Grey Goose. You take eyes, we take 2. Knock them out, then make the pussy psych out on some K2. Yeah, I been on some other shit, it's killing on my mind. Been trying to chill, but I can't break. I been on another time, these niggas crying cause they can't pay dues. Got a cougar bitch, I know she fucking, I make her break dues. Pressure bust lights and bust niggas fit off on make sure. This that getting money music. If you getting money, hold your bankroll up, get jiggy to it. Pop up back the cut and hit that Draco to that fucker click. Bitch, it turn me off, it turn me on, I hear my cutter split. I been on some other shit, drop back. I heard art hoes like the drop dots. Lil' hoe on some art shit, I'ma get that thigh pop. Rap niggas got undercover pressure, but ain't saying nothing. Told her twin, he see something crazy, shoot it to his hand on. I done turn my mans up. If you ever seen 100,000 niggas stand up, nigga ass be hanging, bro, he fuck don't understand me. Nigga ass be pushing, think my shit that they done ran from. I done got my bands up. Yeah, this that getting money music. If you getting money, hold your bankroll up, get jiggy to it.
No niggas see Drakes and draws, I grew up around the time, but I like switch. No Drake got Lego piece, no, we don't want hop on feet, oh, eat that bitch. He made a song and felt that flame, no, he gon' die for trying shit.
No bitch on the
real, they be on some motherfucking nigga, he'll fucking embarrass you. I be in the street, you can. It's me. How you trying to?
Hey, nah, really kicking shit, you heard?
At the age of just 24, 꽞ᴇᴄ accomplished what millions of producers can only dream of. With 2 Diamond Smash singles to his name, plus All Girls Are the Same and Ransom set to also be certified soon, 꽞ᴇᴄ has quietly been one of the most successful producers ever in hip-hop.
Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
As the mastermind helping shape Juice WRLD's sound since the very beginning, literally producing double the amount of Juice WRLD songs released compared to any other producer. Thanks to his incredibly impressive past catalog of hits, you would expect 꽞ᴇᴄ to be out here working with the biggest artists in the industry. However, instead, as we're about to see, the exact opposite has happened. And due to his recent disappearance, today fans are left wondering, does 꽞ᴇᴄ even still make music? It has now been 4 years since 꽞ᴇᴄ was last able to land a top 20 hit on the Billboard charts. Known for his melodic, often guitar-focused beats and countless hits over the past 7 years, including dropping the 2nd most streamed song ever on SoundCloud with X and Trippy, and then the biggest release of Juice WRLD's career all before graduating high school.
Going to school, I hear people playing in their cars and stuff. They have no idea. And I'm just like, dang, I made that. And I'm like, that's just wild. I'm hearing it on the radio here and there.
Again, it's just extremely strange that given his past success, 꽞ᴇᴄ has disappeared from every chart he once dominated. So, what actually happened? Did something secret go down behind the scenes? To be exact, 꽞ᴇᴄ's last Billboard Top 20 hit was back in September of 2020 as he helped co-produce Lemonade, a single featuring Don Toliver, Gunna, and Nav, and released under Internet Money.
Internet money, bitch!
Now, it's impossible to talk about 꽞ᴇᴄ without also mentioning his partner in crime, Taz Taylor and Internet Money, a producer himself and now well-connected savvy businessman. After first meeting in 2015 through a Twitter livestream Taz was hosting and realizing they have a ton in common, 꽞ᴇᴄ and Taz Taylor then started spending hours together killing Call of Duty Zombies on PS4 as well as talking music and making beats. However, it wasn't until a year later in 2016 when Taz proposed an idea that was about to change both of their lives forever. With a clear love and talent for making beats combined with Taz Taylor's knack for networking and the business side of music, despite both of them at the time, quote, making crazy money off YouTube just selling tight beats, they both knew they could take things further. So, with the goal to show the world that producers, and really anyone, can make a way for themselves online, hence the name they chose, 꽞ᴇᴄ and Taz Taylor would then co-launch Internet Money in 2016.
And it was like, yo, you on the internet, bro, you Internet Money. And I just put Internet Money, and then producers started, like,
there was like a true, like,
people started saying, like, hashtag Internet Money. I was like, I'm taking this. Nah. Yeah, that's my...
As Taz describes it, Internet Money is a collective of producers and artists, as well as management company and record label. What began as simply a loose collective of tight beat producers on YouTube would quickly grow into an industry powerhouse, helping break multiple major stars and earning more plaques than I have time to sit here and name.
Artists that aren't necessarily signed to us, we still have a really big, like, you know, fingerprint on it in the hand of developing, like, every new artist.
Juice WRLD was supposed to be one of the first artists we signed, Taz told XXL. Since the inception of Internet Money, Taz Taylor has always placed a significant emphasis on artist development. There are a lot of artists who are getting signed, but labels don't necessarily care about them, Taz said in 2020. But we take artists and build them up from nothing. We don't care how many followers they have or what they look like. Taz Taylor and 꽞ᴇᴄ have no doubt been very successful developing new artists in the past. But the truth is, artist development is typically a very lengthy process that can take years before you see any results. For this reason, as we'll get into more in a second, today many fans like to point to Taz Taylor and essentially blame him for holding 꽞ᴇᴄ back from producing hits with established stars.
Yeah, the dude's incredible. So I believe that he wants to work with other people. I just believe somebody or something or someone or some entity is holding him back. There's no other way to explain it.
However, in order to understand the true reason why Nick has disappeared from almost every mainstream playlist since 2020 and gone ghost on his fans, deleting all of his social media accounts, it's important for us to first fully learn the history of 꽞ᴇᴄ and Taz Taylor's relationship. They were like 14 at the time, recalls Taz Taylor, who is a
Those weed is I got gla- No, we haven't zacked. No, we. Okay. It's time to rush you. Oh, it's time to rush you. Head on collision.
It's rusty.
I know all this shit's just karma. Had to fuck you bitch, that's just my mood. Smoking that whole zip, I got nausea. KO, I just pack on KO every day. Though you perfect, I wouldn't change anything, yeah. They want me to do this and that before the fame, yeah. Let's go. Solo, let's go. Let's be talking this up, I just get a wedding ring. I'm up or up or down, it's breaking my brain. I let my let's go cause it do with rain. Walking with killer, they went out game. Niggas be having big guns with 30s and drones, but don't have them. A nigga that try to be worse.
Check the pinned message at the top. Attack and ran out. Thank you. Back to rank for a little bit. No lobby tonight. It's canceled.
Song?
Turn the shit on. Wait. Cancel it. playing Marvel Rivals. Honestly, I really do just chatting over that right now.
Paper, Joe Tape, Elliot. Just saying parts of y'all's names. Let's try to get some weird sort of starter going. I think I'm gonna try to use. I like Farlight a lot, honestly. I think Farlight's really good. Yeah, that's cool. Let's just dump that to the score log. You didn't really miss too much, you just made one beat.
Barrier, and also status immunity for any Guild Quest phase that might need it. She technically is a character that you can use in any Guild Quest phase, and technically might be better now because every Guild Quest phase is going to have poison enemies from wave 4 onwards, and Orohime's barriers will give you that protection that you might need for your normal attack damage characters and yourself to stay at full stamina. Ruki is quite a mediocre SP character, nothing great about it in my opinion. Ichigo is a Linkso farmer, use him to get more Linkso potions and droplets. Likewise, Yoruichi, use her to get more droplets and Linkso potions. And then Grimmjow is a super Linkso farmer, use him to get more super Linkso potions and no more Linkso potions. The villain pool besides Orohime and I guess Momo, maybe Neliel too, nothing crazy, I will be honest. If you're missing some of these characters, it might give you more reason to pull on this banner if you want to get Little Toto and Grammy, but none of these characters here are really rare. If you're missing them now, you'll get plenty of opportunities to pull them in the future. I mean, until 2 weeks ago, I was missing Orohime and Momo, and that's the reason why I pulled on the end of month banner, and they're already back. So that just goes to show, if you're missing any of the fillers, likely you'll get them again sooner or later. In terms of Grammy and Little Toto's availability, remember, these are 1,000 body units, so they are going to return in like 3 months' time, and then in 6 months' time, they should hopefully start to become fillers. So if you do skip this banner, because of course the end of year banner is coming up, there might be plenty of opportunities in the future to summon for them alongside new or better 1,000 body units. I'm doing 3 multis, like I already stated, because I just like the characters, and if I get them, great. Grammy would definitely make my Guild Quest better. If I don't, it's fine, I'm only doing 3 steps, because if you ever look at the banner format, the first 2 steps are discounted, and the third step is a guaranteed 5-star. That again repeats all the way to step 9, where step 9 is the first step that doesn't offer a discount or a guarantee, and then step 10 is guaranteed either Grammy or Little Toto. It's always going to be 50-50, one or the other character. If you pull Little Toto on step 7, for example, step 10 will not guarantee you Grammy. It's always, no matter what, 50-50, Grammy or Little Toto. Once you do step 10 though, it will repeat all the way to step 20. So at most, if your idea is just to go until you get one of them, you're only gonna have to spend 2,000 orbs. If you go all the way to step 25, which I don't think anyone will do, you do get to pick either Grammy or Little Toto, guaranteed the character of your choice. So I don't think it's a bad banner in all honesty. You know, guaranteed step on step 10. You have 2 pretty cool, fun looking units. They're potentially the best in what they want to be used in for the respective Guild Quest phases. And they are limited, right? They are 1,000 G Blood characters. But remember, even though they are 1,000 G Blood War, like I just said, because they are mid-month characters, they should appear as fillers in around 6 months' time on other 1,000 G Blood War banners. No guarantee that happens, but that potentially does seem to be the trend, as that's how long it took for Esma and Byakuya, our first 1000 Jibaro mid-run banner, to become fillers. Since the end of the year banner is coming up, I would recommend at least waiting to see what that is first before you decide to summon on this banner. But if you can afford to summon on this and end of year, then by all means do what you have to do. I myself will be doing 3 steps. Grummy, in my opinion, is definitely a character that will make your guild quest team better. 괱ᴜᴘᴘ is a great addition for a guild quest that needs her, but if you have Ichigo, you technically don't need her from a meta standpoint. And that will be further so if Ichigo does end up being a filler on the end of year banner, which has a pretty decent chance of happening. Not guaranteed, but we'll see how it does play out. With that said though, that's the video for today. This might have been a longer than usual before you summon, but I think with these 2 characters, there's kind of a lot to talk about. And because they are guild quest units, it is important to understand who they're being compared to, how they're going to perform. And then again, there's also a lot of things you have to think about considering the fact that the end of year banner is literally 10 days away. At least the reveal is. In the comments below though, let me know your summon plan. I'm curious to know who plans to summon, how deep you plan to go. If you are summoning, good luck. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. I'm Base. Alright, lads, so today we got some pretty exciting news. Maybe it was yesterday. I'm not too sure exactly when I am posting this because yesterday or today we did get a lot of news. But nonetheless, we finally got the announcement of our upcoming Bankai livestream for the end of the year. And in this case, it will be happening on the 27th. It's always a fun time during Bankai livestream because the main thing about this livestream, for those that are new to the game and maybe you recently started because of the anime return, is that this is the main stream to reveal the new upcoming characters, this time for the end of the year, potentially give us an insight on forthcoming updates, plans for the future in 2025, and overall it's just a fun time where we come together as a community, watch the live stream, the voice actors themselves have fun, and sometimes you can win some goodies, which can include summon ticket, free orbs, and if you're lucky enough, maybe some in real life items. Now I recommend searching on Google for the time conversion. For me, it is 11 a.m. in the morning. Really good time. I can wake up, have my breakfast, start the live stream. Obviously, when this does happen, we will be live ourselves, watching the live stream together. So feel free to join the stream when it does happen. Now with that said, let's scroll down and have a look at what this live stream has set to offer. So these live streams, for those that are new, last around 2 or so hours. And if you only care about new characters or news regarding the game, forthcoming updates, etc., you want to be here for the first 20 to 30 minutes, and you want to be here for the last 30 or so minutes, last 20, 10 minutes even. Because how this stream is going to start is that they're going to have the opening, they're going to introduce themselves, and then after they talk for a bit, around 10 minutes into the live stream, they are going to drop the bombshell that is the new character reveal. Likely they're going to have a trailer, we're going to see their gameplay, and get the full information in regards to their skills, and maybe even new mechanics. It's an end of the year banner, so these characters are going to rival the 9th anniversary units, and I'm expecting them to not only have some really good skills, but hopefully maybe have some new mechanics. Not really sure what we could get at this point. New EX attacks are expected, good ones at that too, but I am just hoping for some new fun stuff. Now keep in mind, the live stream is on the 27th, so 24 hours later, we then are going to get the banner news in-game revealing the fillers. So we shouldn't get filler information on that day, just more so the new characters. After that, that's the news done, right? They only really reveal new characters during ⴕSoul's news number 1. The second part is going to be the test play segment, so I'm pretty sure that'll be the voice actors playing with the new characters. We're then going to get the ⴕSoul's raffle round 1. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. 45 minutes into the live stream, we are then going to get an anime quiz and special move animations. This will be more so for the voice actors just playing around, having fun, watching the special move animations as we recap the entire year. We're then going to get the co-op challenge. That's where we ourselves, the community, can play with the voice actors. And if we beat the co-op quest in a certain number of time, we will be getting free orbs. We'll have the ⴕSoul's card game. That'll just be voice actors matching likely the summon quotes to the characters. And then an hour and 45 minutes into the live stream, the finale, we're going to get the ⴕSoul's news number 2. Now, this is always the iffy part, because ⴕSoul's news number 1 is always guaranteed to be a banger, right? It's the new character reveals. Unless the characters are someone that you're not excited about, guaranteed almost, ⴕSoul's news number 1 is going to come with a lot of excitement and also hype. The second part of the news, it really depends on what Killer have planned, because sometimes the second part of the news is nothing new, nothing big, and sometimes we do get a lot of announcements. More so earlier this year, during our 9th anniversary live stream, the second part of the news gave us a whole roadmap of what to expect for like the next year. And we're still currently going under that roadmap, so I'm kind of curious to see what we are going to get in ⴕSoul's news number 2. I'm likely going to assume that since at this point in time, all the updates that have been said to come to the game are already into the game. again, later today for me, maybe yesterday when I upload this, we would have gotten the new Guild Quest update, and that was also on the roadmap. So right now, our next big thing to get is a Senkaman update. So I'm hoping in the second part of the news, we do get some information regarding what they have planned for Senkaman, because it's definitely needed at this point. We need a new character, we need a new tower, we need new updated rewards. So I'm very much looking forward to that. But anything new revealed that isn't on the roadmap is also going to be pretty exciting too. They'll then after that do the second round of the Brave Souls raffle, and then that is the stream. It is then done. Now, as for the voice actors that will be present during this live stream, we are going to have Masakazu Morita, the voice of Ichigo, Ryotaro Okiayu, the voice actor of Byakuya, Noriaki Sugiyama, the voice actor of Uryu, and then also Hiroki Yasumoto, the voice actor of Chad. Really nice to see these voice actors return. They've basically been here, especially Ichigo and Byakuya. Shout out to them. They've been in every Bankai live stream for like the last 9 years. I'm pretty sure, especially the voice actor of Ichigo has a lot going on during this time because we have the, I believe, Jump Festa a few days earlier. But as always, it's really exciting to see these voice actors return, just talk about the game and play the game itself, react to the new characters. And then with that, we're also getting Yoshiyuki Hirai and also Azusa Sekine. They're the hosts that have also been here for like the last 9 or so years. So shout out to them too to see them return. I'm actually really happy that Sekine is actually returning. Maybe I'm like the only one that cares about this. She hasn't been present in the last 2 Bankai lives. But again, these two have been there since the start. When Brave Souls first started doing Bankai lives like 9 years ago, right? So it's really cool to see them still sticking around, appearing in more often than not all the Bankai live streams that we do get. Now, with that said, what we are also getting is the Brave Souls raffle, where the first prize can get you 3,000 orbs. Now, how exactly is this going to work? Because we have gotten it in the past. And if we go to their website, they do explain it a tad bit more here. So it will be based on your player ID. So you can't pick a number, it's your player ID. That is the number that you are entering with this, and everyone is going to be getting 20 Spirit Orbs. Now, they do 2 rounds, so I'm kind of curious to know if we're getting 40 orbs, 20 for round 1, 20 for round 2. This happened in the past, I probably could fact check it, but either way, bare minimum, everyone is getting 20 Spirit Orbs, right? Now, the amount of orbs that you can gain through this raffle really depends on the last digits that match. If 3 digits match, you're getting 50 orbs. If 6 digits match, you're getting 500 orbs. And if all digits match, you are getting 3,000. Now, just in case this does happen, because it did happen last time, unfortunate as it is, the numbers that the raffle numbers are randomized. So there's no even guarantee that someone wins the 3,000 orbs. Because last time what happened is that someone did win the 3,000 orbs, but they hadn't logged in for like 1,000, 2,000 days. Their account was dead. I will be honest, it would have been nice if the number was guaranteed to be a new player, but the way they do it, it's just a random number. There's no guarantee someone even gets the 3,000 orbs, but hopefully someone active does get it. Because to actually get the orbs, you need to log in for like the next week. Just log in once. After the 16th to the 27th, you log in, you will be able to receive these orbs. So hopefully someone that we know can actually win these, because once the number does get revealed, we can just search that number and see who actually got it. So if I see anyone that I know win these orbs, and it ain't me, you're getting blacklisted. You're getting blacklisted. Now, alongside that, we also have the repost campaign. So this is more so Twitter stuff. If you repost it, the chance you do win it. I'd recommend going through it. All you have to do is literally click one button and you potentially could win a very rare, unique item that not many players will have access to because it is a giveaway item. It might seem like the chance is very low, and to be fair, it is, but you never know. You could win it. I myself have won plenty of stuff from Brave Souls, and what we are getting here from the looks of it is going to be the artwork for the upcoming end of year banner. End of year characters should be on this, and I like stuff like this. This one seems to be on acrylic stand/block. Very similar to the 4th anniversary one, which I personally do own. So I'm very excited to see what the end of year characters are going to look like and how good that art is going to be, because this will make whatever this item is look a lot better if you do actually own it. And hopefully I can win it. If not, I'll try and buy it off someone. I don't know. That's usually what I try to do. We're also getting some Bleach Soul Puzzle coasters, which is kind of cool. There's a 13 set. They aren't surprisingly showing all the characters, and there's a secret one. So I'm kind of curious to see what that is. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be. Maybe it's for a character that's not yet available in Soul Puzzle. I personally like the chibi design for these characters, so I'm hoping to potentially win some of these, right? Maybe the secret one would be in regards to maybe the new character's artwork. They're also going to get put on this. But it seems like 3 winners will actually get this. And if you do actually get it during this live stream, because there will be potential events in the future, more repost campaigns where you can win these items again, but if you win it during this one, it does come signed, so it has that extra specialty to it. Continuing on scrolling down, there's more stuff going on. If you actually tweet out hashtag Bankai Live and your message gets read, you potentially will win the most recent giveaway items. I believe that these are postcards. I'm not sure what they are. I think they're just like wallpapers. Poster cards of the most recent Christmas banner. And then they're also doing a sheeeeeet, Sunflower Mayuri acrylic stand, which is actually really cool, based off of his Soul Puzzle design. And it's looking if your message does get read, you're getting both the original greeting card set and also the acrylic stand. So for those that do potentially want to win this, just tweet out something like Soppy, like absolutely glaze the game in your message, and that they likely will read it out, right? They're not going to read out some toxic message or a troll comment, right? So tweet out something that you think would actually be read on a live stream. I don't normally try and go for these, but I might try and go for two because I do want to get that Mayuri acrylic stand. That actually looks really cool. And speaking of Soul Puzzle, they actually did just announce that they're also getting news. And speaking of Soul Puzzle, they did actually just tweet out that we're also getting news regarding that game, so excited to see what that also has to offer. Now, I guess since we are also here, we might as well talk about some of the other stuff that was announced on their K-Lab live stream. So we're kind of just going back and forth between different websites. But again, today or yesterday, depending why I'm posting this video, we did get the new Guild Quest update where you can attempt an extra wave, potentially hopefully get more rewards. And then with that, we also have another campaign going on right now, where as a community, if we do post our score showing that we got to the extra wave or attempted it at the very least, if we get over 750 posts, we can get the following items. A 5-star extraction ticket. This will be a guaranteed 5-star, not a fake evolved 4-star into 5. We'll get 300 crests of each attribute, which obviously we'll gladly take since they are super limited. 15 silver hammers, 10 golden hammers. Would have liked more, but nonetheless, still a good item to have anyway. And then also 10 essence scrolls, which at this point, we definitely do need. So recommend everyone go ahead and do this. One, to potentially get some really good rewards, right? You'll see at the bottom too, if you post your player ID and also server, there is a chance you could get a rainbow special news source. So there is a reason to go ahead and post it for a really rare and good item, but at the same time, as a community, we can get some pretty good items too. More so, the 10 Essence Scrolls is something that I'm definitely looking forward to because I need Essence Scrolls. You need a lot, especially now with the new Transcendent system. You're going to need one for every level past level 10. They definitely need to make Essence Scrolls more obtainable, and this is definitely a start, at the very least. So yeah, some pretty cool stuff coming our way. We now have the official day of the end of year Bankai live stream. They got Ichigo in the profile. They're hyping it up. Plus, I don't think, maybe they do. They are saying here, new characters will be revealed. I don't think they ever usually say that. Maybe they do. I don't remember. Not like it means anything. We know we're getting new characters revealed here, right? That's the main reason people watch the live stream and for the news. But it's going to be a fun time. We have an official date. I am glad that, to be fair, is on the 27th because sometimes they do it on Christmas Day. And I have plans on Christmas Day, so I was kind of worried more so to a certain extent whether I'd be busy or not during a Bankai live stream. But 27th seems like I'm free, I'm available. So looking forward to streaming with you lads, watching the live stream as we see the new character get revealed. And I've been hearing some pretty exciting stuff regarding the end of year banner, so I'm very much looking forward to it. With that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Take care. I'm Pace.
My favorite time of the year is here. This is the end of the World Tournament. This is the furthest we will ever be away from the next stupid World Tournament. So now we're going to be reaping the rewards from our free summons. Oh, I haven't logged in yet. I've been very busy. Okay. Where's my rank? There it is. Rank 37. Okay. And I was obviously ranked local 1. So we're going to go ahead and do some free summons. I've also got some tickets from the recent Blue Zone missions, so we'll also be doing those in this video. But yeah, I have not been playing the game for a little while. Okay, so let's go take a look at the World Tournament rankings, because nowadays it's actually fun to see how my fellow World Tournament sweats are doing, because a lot of them are comprised of the former Chain Battle gods, and since the Chain Battle scene is over, the Chain Battle gods have no choice but to dive deep into World Tournament play. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out my World Tournament video that I released a couple World Tournaments ago, tips and tricks to rank higher faster, you should watch that if you are someone who is trying to optimize your runs, put less effort, and get more out of it. You really should watch that video. I see a few people watching them as the World Tournaments now start. But looking at the top here, we have the usual Lotad and Discord. They're the World Tournament royalty. There's somebody who stepped in on their turf. What? Okay. So we got a couple more up here. I'm just gonna look through like the top 50. Vetro, I know that. Cuckoo, yep. Cuckoo and the Cuckoo gang. There's like 4 or 5 Cuckoo players. They're like all think either related or friends. They're always like among the top. Puimao, I believe that is the highest global power level player. I could be wrong there. Viridian, yeah. Okay, definitely not free to play. Hefe, oh man, if I ever just see the name Jeff, I'm very triggered right now. If you don't know why, go check out my second channel. Been playing some Marvel Rivals, and yeah, I don't like Jeff, not at all. DBC Chewy, Brother Russia. Oh, I thought he was higher. Oh. Russia dropped to rank 4. It doesn't really matter because 30, I think it's 30 through 50 is a tier. So everyone here gets the same level of reward, so it really doesn't matter. Okay. Oh yeah. So Bringer made it to top 50. Okay. Wow, that must have been a sweat fest. Oh, not really. Okay. I mean, this world tournament was pretty laid back. I found myself coasting through the ranks because nobody's playing. Again, Dokkan kind of dead. Not as dead as before. I think global getting all the remaining content definitely helps. But yeah, I mean, this speaks volumes. The fact that I'm second among my friends, the same friends who go, you know, top 20, top 15, says a lot. So yeah, okay, being second among my friends. Where did some of my fellow content creators do here? Rafi's not a content creator, but Rafi at 253. What? Ningen 605, D Simon 660. Yeah, I mean, people just don't care. Derek down here, yeah. You'll be hard pressed to find another content creator. I think that's it. Yeah, look at where we are down here. Look at this. Where's Goresh? Swipe 51,000. Yeah, he doesn't care. Why would anybody care? I actually want to find Goresh. Halvard 120,000. Reverse Tune down here at 120,000. I don't think I've ever scrolled this low. Oh, I can't find Goresh. Whatever. I don't care enough. Let's see what the spread was in my local bracket. Was anybody close? I think the first day somebody thought they had a chance, and then they saw what I did and they just gave up. Yeah. It was a battle for second, and it was actually kind of a dogfight. These guys went at it for a little bit. Okay. Top 4. All right. These guys actually put in some work, and then after that, it was a pretty steep drop off. All right. So for the rewards, we are going to be getting more of the Grandpa Gohans. Let's actually pick up all these rewards right here, including my daily login. So that's 2 more Grandpa Gohans. So now I'm at 90% on my Grandpa Gohan. Unfortunately, I need to run through 1 more World Tournament a little bit hard so I can get that final copy. It's annoying how they format World Tournament, man. Seriously. They need to upgrade it. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they gotta upgrade it. Oh, I did. Okay, so I'm doing full crit and I'm doing dodge. Okay. Full crit and dodge. There we go. Alright, that'll about do it. I'll work on the rest later. Let's see what sort of summons we want to do. I did already do a couple of the World Tournament ticket summons. I don't have Yamcha. That is the one character I don't have in this game that is obtainable. So we are going to be doing some summons here. I don't think I really need to do any summons over here. Yeah, I might do a couple singles just to round it off. Actually, I'll do 1 single, so I'll keep it as a multiple of 7, and then we'll just do the Blue Zone tickets, and that'll be it. But I mean, this is really where I'm trying to go, so let's go ahead and do some crack. I hate the World Tournament banner, man. You try as hard as you do as a World Tournament tryhard, and you still can't get one of these characters. Like, that's dumb. Of all people, those of us who like rank in the top 200, we deserve to just get 1 copy of every single one of these guys, just regularly, every World Tournament. And there's no blue sky animation. There's nothing like that for this. I'm not getting it. I got a bad feeling. Yeah, okay. Oh, let's do this. Combo? Nope. No, we're not getting it. Doing a multi or a single doesn't matter. There's no statistical advantage. It's just doing more singles at once, basically. All these guys are maxed out. Don't need any of them. And now we got 1 single. Nope. I hate so much. here. We'll do one single. Right now, the newest awakening is the Hellfighter 17, for which I have rainbowed. I've got the Kid Pan already taken care of, 17 or 18. Then we've got Hit. Mighty Mask. Mighty Mask is actually not bad. You got I think you have a guaranteed dodge situation with this EZA. So he is good. Super Saiyan 2 Saiyaman is good. Cell is good. Out of the two, Cell is actually better, but good supports. But yeah, I'm just gonna do one single. For this one, if you do a multi, you're just saving time by doing 7 singles in one go. That's all it is. They're all guaranteed SSRs, so it doesn't matter. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, great. Here I get the main character, huh? Great. All right, so we're gonna wrap up with these summons here. This is the Blue Zone ticket summons. So these are comprised of superheroes and super bosses. And yes, it is very normal to get full SR Trunkses. I saw a couple tweets recently because Global just received this, you know, the more tickets means more summons. I have done a full multi where I got just Trunks or Zamasus. That is very normal. It is possible to pull some random unfeatured LRs, but it is also possible and likely that you pull a bunch of nonsense like that. These are free. These are, you know, you're getting them versus nothing. So consider it as basically free Baba points. You're getting free extra Baba points for doing those challenges. And look at that. I am exclusively getting Zamasu and Trunks. There we go. See? There you go. That is normal. You've gotta accept it. That's how it is. Don't like it? Complain to Dokkan. Don't tell me. Honestly, the surveys. If you leave a very constructive feedback survey, who knows? Maybe it could go somewhere. I mean, Chain Battle was canceled. It wasn't because y'all said Chain Battle sucks, you suck. It's because a lot of you guys took the time to actually write out your gripes with the mode. All right, so we got a Fusion, which means we got an LR, and we got Super Saiyan God. So as a free-to-play player, that is obviously going to be big for those of you who managed to pull an LR. What you really want are the unfeatured LRs, which we didn't get there. We just got the featured one, and then we just got all Trunks. All Trunks. Okay. All right, not bad. So that's it for the Blue Zone. That banner is now gone and will never come back. Now we've got the GSSR tickets. These come from the higher difficulty missions on the Blue Zone, so we've got 2 of them. So let's go ahead and do this. I think this also increases your chances of an unfeatured SSR, right? I'm not oh no, it's just gonna be one of the, no, actually, well, we'll see. I don't remember, have I ever pulled an unfeatured LR off of the guaranteed SSR? Or is it just like guaranteed to be one of the features? We'll see. Yeah, it is. It can be. Because that's not featured, right? Yeah. So you can. Okay. Ribrianne's a good pickup. She's good for Universal Rival Saga, even though I hate her. No LR. Yeah, no LR. Oh, I think this is going to be featured. Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Called it. All right. So there we go. Done with our free rewards. That is it. We are still a few days away from the December Producer's Letter video, at which point we will learn what the next celebration is going to be. I will probably do a video before that though. I will probably do a video going over what I think might be the next celebration. But in the meantime, hopefully you guys have been enjoying all the challenge content. If you guys haven't done so, check out my runs with Kirito and the Majin Buu Saga teams. Might do a couple more challenge videos. I'm gonna go live one of these days to do some of these Blue Zone missions with lesser teams, because the videos that I already dropped were done with a lot more powerful characters. So we're gonna try to do this with lesser teams, just so those of you who are struggling on the event will know that I'm also struggling there with you. So look out for those. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments, what rank did you get on the World Tournament? Was it better or worse than what you were expecting? How much time and effort did you put into the event? Did you at least get your 50 Dragon Stones this weekend? And what sort of summons did you get off of your tickets? Were they good, bad? Did you do the World Tournament summons? Did you manage to pull Yamcha? Rub that Yamcha pull in my face in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let each know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and ours for Dokkan responsibly.
All right, guys. we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So we're gonna look at the 괂ᴇ right here. I think that this guy looks like he's gonna be a pretty solid sub EZA. I did use him a little bit in the Angel Vegeta video. You know, just kind of like using him and stuff like that. I did notice one thing that, I mean, certainly could be an issue, right? So they made this Goten a very powerful dodge character who also is going to have support, right? Which is awesome. But certainly, depending upon the team build, like if we don't fill up the team with these characters to get him that extra, like this dodge right there, like it's tough, right? Like having that and then having that, like running him as second or third attacker in the turn, I don't think it's really going to be too tough. But you know, it's in order for him to have this dodge, like we got to have these these types of allies right there. The good thing, right, is that of kind of like the Boo Saga and some recent characters that have come out, Gifted Warriors and Sibling Bond is very, very prevalent right now. Oh my God, you guys saw that fan. Please, don't lie in the comments. Just confirm you saw that Phantom input right there. You saw it. Come on. Y'all saw that. You did. Okay. Now, Goten does need to attack to build up. I would love to give him some additionals. I've been grinding the Wii Spin, but I've been getting really bad luck with drops. I haven't really gotten anything lately. So I just gave Goten absolute max dodge. Listen, trust me, if I could, I'd give him a 5 dodge, 5 additional. I'd give him a, 4 dodge, 3 additional silver. I'd give him a 2 dodge, 1 additional bronze, right? And get a lot of extra additional points. But I mean, I gotta be a little bit careful, right? Like
Who
this
is Robert Accutrone? First appearing in chapter 494, Robert is a stern ritter with the Schrift N. Carrying a briefcase and dressed in business wear, Robert is a major player in the first Quincy invasion. Facing Kyoraku, Robert uses his 괡lständisch Grimaniel, which grants him extreme speed to shoot out the captain's eye. Later, Robert witnesses Yhwach's proclamation before taking part in the second Quincy invasion. After Ichigo arrives, Robert tries to kill him, but Ichigo dodges his bullet. Robert then fights Byakuya alongside Candice and Nanana. Despite being the last stern ritter standing, Robert's enhanced 괡lständisch is quickly defeated by Byakuya's Bankai. An injured Robert then finds Lil Toto and Giselle. Fearing for his life, Robert reveals that Yhwach sees them all as expendable. He is then suddenly struck by Yhwach's Alsvalen, the holy light stripping Robert to the bone, killing him in chapter 603.
This is hard to follow up, but I believe this is your last song, by the way. Like your studio song. Like I'm looking. You might be the first opening. Get in there. It's time. It's go time. Let's go. It's go time. Let's go. Come on. Go.
I'm ready to make greatness.
All right. Huh? No, this not the billboard hit, bitch. First of all, Cardi not even gonna let you post this on SoundCloud, let alone DSP. Stupid bitch. Get in there, nigga.
What if I turn off the light?
Bro. Just go in the fucking stew, please. Do y'all hear this nigga? All right, bro. You ready? Let's get started.
Stride. Fuck. Oh,
I mean, him attacking can be good because he does build up from attacking, but as long as he's dodging, he's doing his true job, which is to support and then to dodge. Let's just do a run. maybe with AGL Vegeta's team, maybe just on Boo Saga. So we could run, oh, Goten is not on the 200% for AGL Vegeta though. Okay. But you know, we could run Boo Saga, we could run Kamehameha. I mean, Earthbred Fighter, I don't really want to run. Yeah, so like either these two or AGL Vegeta, those are the teams we'll run here. Sheesh, I'll tell you guys. I mean, I do like to use this as a showcase stage, but where'd your health go, little bro? What, you shit me? What the hell? All right. Yeah, god damn. Okay, we can't really use this as a stage drink much, can we? I mean, Goten is going to need to do attacks to fully build up. We're going to need to see him fully built up, right? He does need to do 5 attacks. Now remember, the thing that's nice about this Goten, so, I mean, as long as we've got him in slot 2 or 3, and then we have a Gifted Warrior Sibling Bond ally on the turn, which is pretty easy with Carnival Gotenks, Carnival Family Kamehameha, Easy Angel Vegeta, who's very good, right? Like, we've got a lot of options that will allow us to kind of, you know, do this. I guess, maybe it can be a bit obnoxious to try and run Goten and Vegeta on the same team, though, because it's like we want to fill it up with Gokus for Vegeta, but we also want to make sure there's a ton of Gifted Warrior Sibling Bond characters for Goten, but if Goku is not on both of those, so, okay. All right, let's just do this, I guess, because I want to get Goten footage here. I mean, playing to win this, we would go Angel Goku slot 1, and then Trunks and Goten in slot 2. Now, Goten, right, let's keep in mind about this Trunks and Goten character, the easy one. They are very good. They are super good. And if we're going to be able to get their unit super attack up, which we can with this Goten, all of a sudden, this EZA Trunks and Goten, they become a 2-turn support type character. You know, so Goten actually has a pretty sizable impact. We could probably run like a straight up full Trunks and Goten team plus Goten, and it would be a very competitive team. I think so. Like, I think we could probably beat Goku and Frieza probably effortlessly and easily. Probably. You know, it's just like 17 and Golden Frieza on Super Wrestling like slot 3 or some shit, or you know, like 17 doesn't lock a weaker character in slot 1 early on, right? But like if we were able to get like a clean, like that's the thing about the fight, right? It's just like you could get a clean run where those two bosses, 17 and then 17 Golden Frieza, aren't doing bullshit, and you're good. Or you could have a run where they're a nightmare and you're done. All right, so 6 million. I mean, it's okay. I mean, he does have a built-in additional. All right, yep. So there's that. We get the additional. It's a super attack. Beautiful. Remember, he is building his stats up. 5 attacks, and he'll be building it up. Okay. Oh, and that's a hidden potential additional super. Wow. Yeah, great. Dude, this is awesome. First turn, just an immediate triple super. That's great. And then we dodge. Yeah, perfect. Perfect first turn. Okay, so remember, they are going to get the unit super because of Goten, and then now they're giving 2-turn support to this next rotation because of Goten being there. So that's huge. Goten, pretty helpful. Okay, yeah, I remember people unironically said this Gogeta and Janemba fight were tougher than Goku and Frieza, by the way, and meant it. And it's just like, sure, man. I mean, maybe if Gogeta didn't die in 2 seconds, you know, let's not do it. It's just over instantly. All right, well, that's GG. Let's go to a fight that's going to last a little bit longer so Goten can actually do his attacks and get fully built up. I mean, that was a nice first rotation for him, but we obviously need to see a lot more than that. All right, let's just go into a fight that'll be a little bit longer for us. And we could, you know, see Goten actually kind of like build up a little bit. So remember, Goten is going to be massively buffing Gifted Warrior and Sibling Bond characters. I really like how they added that with his EZA. By the way, he already supported Gifted Warriors, but now he supports Sibling Bond, which gives him good synergy with the Family Kamehameha, which makes a lot of damn sense, right? So I do like that, right? I think he's a great sub. Like if you kind of look what they did with this Goten, I think they gave him what he needed to be a competitive character. I like him. I do like this sub quite a bit. So as Link said here, we have the Innocence, Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, the Saiyan Lineage, Kamehameha, Budding Warrior, and then Fierce Battle. And then, you know, 2024 Dokkan, the year of Dokkan dreams, basically, right? Like, it's like we have this very strong Easy 8 Trunks and Goten who, you know, could just really make use out of a very competitive, you know, Krillin, Trunks, or Goten, and then now we've got one. So it's like, outside of like 35 right there, yeah, Goten helps Gotenks quite a bit, okay. Outside of like First Form Frieza, the LR Ginyu Force, maybe we could say Physical Rose. Physical Rose and JP was good for like 3 weeks, and then he got power crept hard by the Tanabata difficult content events. But most of the characters this year, like Dokkan kind of just, I think, operated very well with kind of like the order of character releases, like how they, you know, interacted with other releases and stuff like that, building up many competitive teams. We have so many good teams and so many good characters. It does make me very fearful that a nasty power creep is coming. I think that the game, I don't know, like, it's like, I think the game will be really fun. Like, let's say 10th anniversary is just like, there's a fight that's just like a little harder than Goku and Frieza or something like that, but it's not super crazy, right? You know, maybe the boss is super in for like 7 million at the end instead of 5.6 or something, but it's not like the craziest, you know, jump in difficulty ever. It's like, the game is going to be fun because there's going to be so many teams and stuff like that, but it is at a certain point going to get a little stale too. It is tough. Like, Dokkan has to balance, like, you know, like, not making event power creep so ridiculous to kill the whole game, and it's like, you know, everyone hates it, oh, power creep is so bad, but there is a lot of excitement when a new boss comes out and wipes out half the game, and it's so challenging. It does really raise excitement, so it is such a, like, a tricky balancing act to do there, right? All right, so we'll just keep going through this event. Remember, Goten has to do 5 attacks in order to fully build up. You know, we're running a Buu Saga team that's mostly just about gifted warriors and sibling bond, right? Like Super Ise, Ultimate Gohan, and the Family Kamehameha are both sibling bond characters. You know, Goten, that's the one thing with him. If we are going to run him, we do got to make sure he's got a gifted warrior sibling bond character on every rotation, right? Because otherwise, he loses 100% attack and defense and high chance to dodge. Like, we cannot afford that. No way. All right, we reached this turn right here. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not really going to be able to get much attacking or anything by Goten. We certainly don't want to run him in slot 1. That would be very devastating. So I guess on this rotation, you know, in terms of like what he could do by, the other thing he'll do is allow Trunks and Goten to get their active skill up too, by the way, which is huge. But what we could do in terms of like the Goten showcase for this turn is just show him giving the Easy Trunks and Goten their big support buff and stuff like that, right? Again, Goten being around is going to juice a lot of these characters like crazy. So we can just go ahead and take advantage of that right there. And then we'll come back next time. I made sure to jump into this fight. This fight, 30. Okay, dude, sure, whatever. Yeah, again, Goten is going to juice a lot of these characters like crazily. So I mean, that's perfect. In terms of like the Goten showcase, like dodging support unit, I mean, that is a good way to show what Goten can bring to the table. And remember, you know, Trunks and Goten then become a 2-turn support because of Easy Goten. All right, gamers, let's go. Okay, I guess we are moving through pretty quick. This team, like with the Gotenks and stuff like that, we are doing a lot of damage. We've only done, what, 2 attacks? Yeah, remember, we need to do 5 before we build them up. This is a great rotation. 6 out of 7 links up. You know, it's perfect. Okay. By the way, I do hate that, like, it's like... okay, in Ultimate Gohan, not being a Kamehameha character, is that not just the dumbest bullshit in the world? It is, right? Like, we could call it out. In Ultimate Gohan, is not being Kamehameha is just so stupid. All right, so they're gonna get built up quite nicely right there. They should dodge, yeah. Their dodge is very, very, very high. Now here's the 2-turn support. Now this is gonna make Goten look even better. Next turn we'll be able to see Goten maxed out, right? You know, once we get to his 6th attack. Wow, look at them. Yeah, dude, they're so, like, I don't, Man, are they just better than? I mean, they're not better than ∞ Vegeta, are they? Bro, ∞ Vegeta. I'm just saying, ∞ Vegeta. I don't know. He's on the fast track to being overrated as hell. I think. I'm just saying. It's like it's a big difference between Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku comes out for the first 6 turns and cannot be killed, and ∞ Vegeta who can be killed like a fish until he transforms, and then even in Slot 1 he's not that crazy. So it's you know, I'm just I don't know. I actually still have to do. We have plenty of time before the New Year's celebration, but we do need. Oh damn, dude! I was gonna do the long video for the Blue Fusions too. I can't not do that. I promise.
Понимаю.
Я не понимаю. So we have to do the long video for Tech
Я не понимаю.
and in Super Saiyan 3 Goku. We gotta get those out, especially before I could do a tier list for the EZA characters. That would include in Ultimate Gohan as well, and then also the Angel Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Got it. I'm gonna do ∞ because he seems very good too. Okay. So I guess we could just finish off pretty easily right here, huh? Here, let's use this Gotenks' Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. Yeah, finally I called it the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack and not the damn Ghost. Okay. Let's go and do that. I'm just gonna leave them looking like this. I do not have any fear in Gotenks getting killed. Wait, I don't, right? I guess we are a bit deeper. Nah, bruh. My Gotenks, worst comes to worst, that boy's dodging anyway. Okay, we're good. All right, so we'll finish this rotation off. So next turn, what it's gonna look like. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Go fully built up Goten.
I don't know how the fuck the fat ass nigga lost this shit, bro. That's why I don't like fat niggas, bro. We need a Cardi footage, bro. The footage of Cardi, bro. This dead ass lost. I don't know how the fuck the fat ass nigga lost this shit, bro. That's why I don't like fat niggas, bro. You had everything on that camera until the best part of my fucking life. Everything in the best part of my fucking life, and that shit gonna get fucking lost. That's why I don't like fat niggas, man. Fat niggas always gotta fuck up some shit. Fat niggas always gotta fuck up some shit. The fuck? They do something good after that, they just need something to fuck up. How the fuck the vlog was so perfect. The one fucking part the whole world is waiting to work. It's fucking corrupted. It's fucking corrupted. We need a Cardi footage, bro. The footage of Cardi, bro.
Our traditions.
And then I'm gonna go Aiden, I'm gonna go Kai, I'm gonna go So, and then personal, I'm gonna go Rage. Because shout out Rage, clap it up for Rage.
Sir.
Doing the late being high so much less
guys, I could take them.
The kid, man, I'm proud of the motherfucker.
AK-47, Call of Duty grip. Pistol to his face, he can't handle it. Glock up on my waist, extended clip. a dick. I nutted on the lip, then I killed that bitch. Cause my niggas on that goon shit. Cause my niggas on that goon shit. Y'all ain't gang banging shit. Y'all ain't gang banging shit. You pussy motherfuckers can't handle it. Lock up on my waist, extended clips. Them niggas talking shit, get tied up. Ran up in my face, get fired up. I shot him with the chain, blew his mind up. Yo, bitch up on the floor, giving mind up. Yo, bitch, known for that dick sucking.
There's been so many fucking bitches that said they're proud of me and I never did them, man. The bitches that used to dumb me in school, bro. All the hoes are like, oh my god, damn, I'm so proud of you. Like, I don't even fucking know you, but shit. Hey, thank you, appreciate you, but like, I ain't gonna lie, so many bitches. That would been like, Dabo, you ain't never meeting Cardi. What you gonna say now, ho? The fuck? I chat. Bro, there's been so many fucking bitches that said they're proud of me and I never even met.
Dada just gave me the craziest friendship cream pie in Japan once again. He gives the greatest cream pie, so you guys don't understand. They're so chef's kiss, bro.
Support with Trunks and Goten. He looks good. He looks solid. I mean, one thing we could say as a negative for Goten, I guess, is that, I mean, they did structure him in a way where you don't want to run him in slot 1. It does seem like Dokkan, they are, I mean, for a sub EZA, I don't really mind. I also don't mind when a sub EZA has got, like, restrictions all over. I don't think it's a big deal to kind of, like, restrict that type of character towards being good. I don't see that as a problem at all. All right, let's see. Let's see what we get. All right, so we are going to be going up against the, Carnival family Kamehameha right here. I really do not want to die. So, I've got an idea for what we can do. There we go. Yes. Family Kamehameha's not doing nothing to us. Got a nice rotation right there. Again, one more attack, and Goten is going to be fully built up for us. Perfect, perfect. So there's what a start of turn defense is up to, 532, huh? So Goten, He's only going to be getting defense, so it's going to be one more 20% attack and defense with his 5th attack, which will get him fully built up, and then 30% defense from his super attack effects. But he is going to do 2 guaranteed supers, so okay. I mean, I think it's okay considering he's a sub-EZA character and he is also going to have 70% dodge. I mean, his defense being a little bit lower, but okay. I remember EZA and they do have a 100% chance to dodge right here, right? With their thingy up, their active skill. So that's good. The family Kamehameha boss, they do, yeah, here it is. They super attack very often right away. They have a very, very, very high super attack rate. So we're typically going to see them shoot out that super attack within the first, 2 or 3 attacks, almost always, right? All right, yep, guaranteed dodge. All right, so here's ꞉ᴜ. Okay, 12.5. And then on his next attack, he will be fully built up. Okay, so there's that. Guaranteed additional coming in. No, he gets a normal. And then I hit him with system additional normal. No, my God. We didn't see it. Oh my God. Yeah, guys, give every character 30 additional builds so they get the hit him with system additional normal. Bro, we gotta show ꞉ᴜ. I mean, this is a very long fight, right? I thought, damn. Is there any way I could hold back intentionally to get ꞉ᴜ his attack? No, look at this turn. I guess we could try it. We could go into the family Kamehameha. Damn, dude, I can't believe that. And we could intentionally hold back with ꞉ᴜ and... Damn, dude. Of course that falls down. Alright, let's try and hold back as much as we can. Damn, a double normal in that moment right there, for real. Double normal. My God, dude. And you guys know how it is, man. I just sit here and it's hit him with 10 system normal on the showcase character every single time. And they're down there in the comments, oh my God, you're so lucky with the tools. Are you an idiot? This guy's a fucking clown. Yeah, dude. For sure. You got me. You got me. Alright, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna skip. Hopefully we can hold back ꞉ᴜ to go super crazy or something. Even trying to intentionally hold back, we ended up with him at 23T. That's crazy. I'll just come back. Next turn we get is gonna be ꞉ᴜ, fully built up, ready to, show his stats. Maybe I'll go to just like a build content that's some brutal, so no bullshit happens. I don't know. Alright, here we go. We are gonna have to rely on EZA Trunks and ꞉ᴜ with their 80% dodge here now. We have the big active turn, but we're still in the fight. Okay. We could put ꞉ᴜ if I want. Although, relying on Trunks and ꞉ᴜ's 80% dodge is probably smarter. Let's go. So ꞉ᴜ, I mean, we've done all of his attacks, right? He's fully built up. He's done 8 attacks. We're fully built up. All right, let's go. Let's go. Alright. Here's the super. Cool. These normals might be very scary, though. Okay. Alright, yeah, it's... Oh, we got a ꞉ᴜ attack, though. Let's miss the ꞉ᴜ attack. Towards the end of the fight, we can kind of, ghost slight with them in slot 1 a little bit. We could do a similar thing with Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku too, right? Or in Super Saiyan 3, Int Angel Super Saiyan 3 EZA Goku. We could kind of at some points with his big dodge, give him like a YOLO turn in slot 1. Can y'all chill, please? Thank you. Okay. All right. So here's the turn we want for ꞉ᴜ. And then we're good to go. At this point, I feel like we've seen, ꞉ᴜ with a lot of different rotations right here. Can we get some additional supers, ꞉ᴜ? Okay. Nice. Okay, yes. There you go, bud. How about one more? Let's end on a nice triple super. And he's given the support. He's looking good. Beautiful. Damn. No hidden potential system, but it's all good. Yeah, so there's ꞉ᴜ. I think ꞉ᴜ is a decent little character to run. He'll help out, Carnival Super Saiyan 3 ꞉ᴜ. He'll help out the Carnival family Kamehameha. I like this ꞉ᴜ quite a bit, actually. All right, guys, there was ꞉ᴜ. pretty solid sub easy, I'd say. I like him. I like him quite a bit. Let's go ahead and flip over. So this is Vigorous Strength, Super Saiyan Goten Kid. Leader skill is the Gifted Warrior category, T3 and 130% stats. Passive skill, Brother's Lessons. He gets 180% attack and defense at the start of the turn. Then he gets 20% attack and defense with each attack performed up to 100%. He gets another 100% attack and defense and a high chance to dodge when there's another Gifted Warrior or Sibling Bond category ally in the same turn. So that's kind of like the one thing is you do got to keep filled up, or the team is filled up with Gifted Warrior and Sibling Bond characters everywhere, right? Then he gets a 20% chance to dodge and a high chance of an additional super as a second or third attacker in the turn. I don't really think that's too bad of a restriction either, because that's like, we probably, like, you know, it's like, okay, like, you know, aliens have the lasers pointed at the earth, gotta win. And it's like, you know, Goten in slot 3 is probably what I would be doing, right? So I don't really think that that's too much of an issue right there. It's like super easy Ultimate Gohan, kind of the same thing, right? And then Goten is giving Gifted Warrior or Sibling Bond category allies 3 key and 60% attack and defense. So remember, from his base, they gave him Sibling Bond, which is awesome. Having that Sibling Bond support there as well is really good, I think. Then his super attack is the Kamehameha. Remember, it's Goten mispronouncing the Kamehameha. And he gets 30% attack and defense and supreme damage to the enemy. Good. I mean, maybe if we wanted to be greedy, he could get 50% right there, or stack or something like that. But I mean, he's solid. Link set is the Innocent Saiyan Warrior race, Super Saiyan, the Saiyan lineage, Kamehameha, Budding Warrior, and Fierce Battle. Now, I mean, I feel like lately a lot of times we look at some of these characters and their links and it's like, here we go, and it's just like a bunch of shitty characters. I mean, these two have, you know, well, this guy, I guess, easy, what, like 7 months ago? He's still effective. This character's obviously very, very good. This guy sucks cock. I had to get it shouted. Obviously, the Carnival LRs are really good. I mean, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is buffed right now. A lot of these guys down here are very good as well. So we do have a lot of characters. I mean, he does have like a lot of traditional Saiyan links, right? Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Fierce Battle, Saiyan lineage, Saiyan Warrior race. You know, very common stuff that we would always see. 12 key multiplier is 140% as well. Normal level for a banner unit. In terms of 200% team, I mean, it's like Buu Saga or Kamehameha. We also could run them on the AGL Vegeta team. Remember, AGL Vegeta does lose Gifted Warriors, so we could get Goten on there. And we could also get like Carnival Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks on there as well. Those are definite possibilities we could do with that Goten right there. And then finally, we could take a look at Goten's category teams here. So, I mean, he's on some teams, but, I mean, we do have to run him in a specific setup for him to be effective. He is here on the Kamehameha team. Goten is also on the Hybrid Saiyan category team right there, okay. Goten is also on the Majin Buu Saga team, which has had, you know, tremendous buffs over the course of the celebration, right? Goten is also on the Goku family category team. Okay, cool. And then Goten is on the youth category team. Always nice to get more options for youth. That's actually very, very helpful because, I mean, this category is not the craziest. And, I mean, at any time, I mean, you know, youth could get a category mission, you know, for one of these difficult Red Zone or Supreme Magnificent Battle stages for sure. Then Goten is also in the Sibling Bond category. And remember, he supports it and, you know, it activates his condition. So he'll be very effective on, like, a Sibling Bond category team for sure. Goten is also on the Super Saiyan category team. Okay, very good. Then Goten is on the Gifted Warrior team. That, of course, is, again, AGL Vegeta's team. He does lead that, so we could use Goten effectively over there. Cool. Then Goten is on the World Tournament category team. That's awesome. World Tournament does not get buffs very often, so a nice extra World Tournament character is definitely a major W for sure. Then Goten is on the Bond of Friendship category team. Always nice to get more options for that team for sure. Lovely. Goten is also on the Bond of Parent and Child. I badly need this to be like an anniversary leader skill. Hell yeah, dude. Then Goten is also on the Earthred Fighter team. Same thing. Anniversary leader skill, please and thank you, with how crazy Earthred Fighter could be, right? And then finally, Goten is on the Tournament Participant category team. So, you know, he could be potentially a little bit useful over there. So let me know what you guys think of the sub EZA Goten. All things considered, I think that this boy is pretty damn good. Very good sub EZA. All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So I mentioned this, right? I mean, this was mostly during World Tournament, which is now over for Global and JP, thank God. I did want to try and do videos on tweets. I really do. I could just yap away forever, man, about Dokkan. Oh my God, it's so easy. We could just go on and on and on and on. I like looking at like a tweet, like a perspective of the community that I'm not like kind of touching, right? So it's like I don't feel like I've replied to this account, this Genshin Forever account, a couple of times. By the way, Genshin, I don't really have many thoughts on that. I know it does have trophies, but I remember I played Genshin for a girl a couple of times, but that's it. That's it. So, I have not interacted with this game. They don't know. My eyes are on it. So, I think this could tone down a little bit of people saying things either to get a rise out of me, or like, what I'm saying is I think we'll see people's true thoughts without me kind of hovering over it, right? Or masking it. We'll still do the, you know, grading hot takes and stuff like that, of course, right? And, you know, a lot of times people are kind of, you know, they're going to say stuff, you know, knowing I'm looking at it. But here, like, we can see the true thoughts. So the first one we have here is AGL Ultimate Gohan. I'm going to assume that this guy is just kind of like a placeholder. I do not really see discussion about this character besides Infamous Alan, you know, in the community, right? Like, people aren't really gassing this character, so certainly I would not agree that this is the most overrated 2024. Oh, should I start this video out by giving my pick? Who is the most overrated of 2024? I would want it to be a JP character. Let me actually give y'all a pick for me. I'd like to keep it to a premium character, summonable. Yeah, I don't want to, like, you know, rag on, like, EZA Bardock or something like that. Like, I just don't care. Like, let's go after a summonable character. Let me pick one, and then we'll go through the quotes here. All right, now I'm trying to just remember things I saw, things I've seen, stuff like that. I don't know. Again, I'm keeping mine towards summonable characters, right? I do not really personally see a lot of gassing for this guy, right? Global players were talking crazy about Rose before he dropped. Now, I'm not really going to push this hard because obviously Global is in a different meta. Like, Rose is kind of like a post-9th anniversary character that Global just dropped into a pre-9th anniversary meta. So I 100% understand, like, why he would be very dominant, right? Going against, like, the Omega Shenron fight. So, again, like, I'm not really pushing this so hard. There wasn't really a great pick for overrated for me. I don't think so. I mean, I guess we could maybe talk about Fat Boo a little bit. I think that's probably fair. Some people talk about this guy like he's just a little crazy, but I think he's good. Like, he's a solid character. I mean, overrated, right? And remember, Rose, I mean, he dropped on JP and he directly got buffed, dude. They gave him a straight up buff. It's just the content, like, the content then took another turn where, like, the damage check shit, and he's a physical type character. I would probably go with this guy. My other pick is probably them. Now, I feel like, I don't know. The more I use this character, there's just a lot of holes and flaws there. Weakness, right? And I think a lot of it does have to do with their restriction. I mean, if this was adjusted to, say, super class character, I think they would be quite a bit, they would be way better, right? Because it's like, when you have two of them, this buff, it does genuinely feel like some characters have almost like a minor EZA. They have so much extra defensive support, but I would probably say, like, these three, from what I've personally seen, kind of like overrated, right? Let's see what people are saying. Oh yeah, yeah. He's talking about Al. I agree. I do not see people gassing up LR Ultimate Gohan. No way. AGL Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Yeah, my comment section has been saying that all year. But, I mean, it's just very simple. He just doesn't take damage, man. Busaga got a ton of buffs. Yeah, a lot of people really hate... I mean, I think that a Dokkan Fest exclusive leader having a condition like he has sucks. He's got one, Frieza's got one, Rosé's got one. That is trash. I mean, I would think this character, I guess, kind of counts as well. I'm not a fan of those. I don't mind overloading banner units and easy A's and stuff. You give them as many restrictions as you want. They're just meant to be additions to teams. But these leader characters, man, having these restrictions suck, dude. I hate it. So, like, I get that there. Okay, so this person's entire argument is the Busaga restriction, though. Which, bro, I mean, listen, maybe if Busaga did not just get a full jerk-off session, I mean, Vegeta comes out in a couple of hours, but you just look at, dude, Busaga is crazy right now. Like, it's not even a problem. Like, this comment would be good if, like, Physical Trunks and Goten didn't get added to it, if SDR Dragon Fist didn't get added to it, if Family Kamehameha wasn't on it, but they are. I just, right, like that, it just doesn't matter right now, really. Unless you want to really have fun with Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you know, dipping into like his, you know, Otherworld Warrior leader skill or Accelerated Battle leader skill, which you can't really do, but I mean, that's pretty much it. Yeah, yep. Not surprising, not surprising. People have been off on this guy all year. Just that defensive ability is just pure domination, man. Pure domination. Boo has always been better. I disagree. Boo is... calling him Potential Man does not work. Because he does legitimately add a lot towards winning, right? But you do need him to die. Against Goku and Frieza, you'll get to that turn 7. It's turn 7, right? Yeah, turn 7. Against the hardest fight in the game, you'll get there. Turn 7. That's not a problem. But in any of these other fights, man, like, this kid's got to get... like, he's got to go down in order to get that active up. So you're going to need things to go your way. I don't know. It's just so easy to go into some of these fights, and he's just doing nothing besides if a turn where he does die and his Ghost Toucher. He contributes nothing to the team besides that. So it's like if things don't perfectly go in a way where he's reviving and Ghost Ushering, he's contributing nothing to the team. Because remember, I mean, his damage, I've seen people do bullshit to get him above the damage threshold for Goku and Frieza, but you gotta do real nonsense, like real dumbass shit in order to get him above it. Like, it's just not, like, this kid is not really damaging Goku and Frieza, right? So I don't know. I've always thought Super Saiyan 3 Goku was better. I think there's a good chance Fapu might age better. Maybe. Yep, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Okay. It really does not surprise me, but I mean, not to say they're all wrong, but yeah, they're all wrong. Wait, they sold him to me as a god, but he only is on during 2 appearances. I mean, okay, like, we could play that game a little bit. Let's say he shows up on turn 2. 2 appearances, then all of a sudden we're talking about turn 6. Now he's not a god anymore. I mean, against like Goku and Frieza, he can handle business until you get to the Goku and Frieza portion. Just like Fapu can't really get above the damage threshold. For the most part, this guy I don't think is either too often. We did have him damage... I think... Oh, it's lagging a little bit here. I think we did actually have Goku damage them in a very recent video we did. We did Busaga versus Goku and Frieza in one try, actually, which is crazy. This is before Gotenks came out, yeah. Deep in this, we actually did have Super Saiyan... It wasn't this turn, it was the next turn, yeah. We actually did have Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I think it's right here, damage them. 12 million. Now remember, as an AGL character, he is going to be able to get above that threshold a little bit easier. And then here we do another super attack. I believe this one was not a crit, though. Definitely was excited to see him doing damage to Goku and Frieza, but a lot of the times the 0 is what he's going to be doing, right? He's going to be doing 0 a lot of the times. Never seen an overrate this guy. Yeah, that's talking about that's talking about Ultimate Gohan. Yeah, I agree. All right, we got quite a few quotes here. Let's take a look. Okay, so Goku, Gohan, and Trunks. I mean, I'd have to agree, but I mean, I literally just dropped a tier list today. I just dropped an LR tier list this very day, right? Let's pull it up. So obviously, since it's something I made today, I feel very strong about this today, right? Like, I would not change anything. I feel good about this one. I think, like, if you're talking about Goku, Gohan, and Trunks, like, you know, a little bit higher, I don't know. I cannot put them above Janemba or Gotenks or anything, but, like, when they're overrated, there are people, a lot of people, who talk about them as number 1, 2, 3. I think that's nuts. There's no way in hell I could get them above Family Kamehameha, Tech Gogeta, Tech Broly? No, stop. We're smoking PP if we're talking about them above Tech Broly. No way. I'm taking Tech Broly all day. I still can't really see Tech Broly as number 1. I saw a lot of people today saying, oh, I like Tech Broly as 1. And it's like, if Beast didn't exist, yeah, but like, the most important thing Broly does, Beast just does better. You know, like, I just can't get Broly in front of Beast. I could see Beast as 1, Broly as 2, but I just cannot see Broly above Beast, man. I can't. All right, let's go through what else we got. So we talk about them a lot. We talk about Ancient Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Oh, yeah, okay. Now, this is kind of a similar thing with this character, though. While I do think they're a bit overrated, not too much, right? Like, it's like, oh, they're like the 15th best LR. No, that's going a little too far, right? Like, right around there, I think is good. If you're starting to get a little higher, that's overrated. I think, like, when people overrate Fat Boo, there are some people in the community who talk about this guy as though he's like a top 5 unit in the game. Yes, there are. I've seen multiple people talking like that. That's where this guy gets a tad overrated. I do think he's in the discussion for best TURs, for sure. I'm actually curious. My last TUR list, yeah, I have him at 3. See, like, a tad overrated, but he's still very good. Yeah, and this is pretty recent. Buhan, I would put Buhan as 1 still. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, it is always helped if more Buu Saga characters come out. I'm not putting Super Saiyan 3 Goku above Buhan. No, fuck that, dude. Buhan is a top 10 unit in the game, bro. Like, for sure. Buhan is top 10 overall, I think. I'm taking Buhan over most of this list, dude. So, I'm just saying that. Okay, yeah. So there's Fat Boo, sure. Yeah, okay. A lot of same characters we're seeing pop up. Oh, okay. All right. So them again. So it seems like this is a pretty common opinion. We haven't really discussed this character yet. Now, I've talked about this a lot. How I do think I can see people not liking this character, because I think turn 1, this guy is ass. I think he is straight up bad turn 1. The Gogeta and Janemba fights drop, and for, you know, a couple of months, the Gogeta and Janemba fights, those are the toughest fights on global, right? So global players are basing a lot of their opinions around that. I mean, I think for good reason. Again, it's the toughest fight. Bulma was out for a bit, right? So Bulma definitely should be considered too, but like, this guy is a fish turn 1 in Gogeta and Janemba. He's just not good enough defensively. Now, if, you know, things go perfectly, you could have him on turn 2, and you could just instantly go into a standby where he's God, right? Like, once you go into this, yeah, he's, you know, talking about in talks for best unit in the game, right? And, you know, we go over the whole thing of he can actually kill the boss before the boss kills you. Like, people will talk about characters doing that all the time. This guy can legitimately do it. So, like, I get it. If you want to say he's overrated because you could just straight up get game over streams because of how ineffective he could be turn 1, that makes sense, right? Like, in that, I've got him, but he is not good. And it's like, it's not just Gogeta and Janemba. You could fight Goku and Frieza, lock slot 1, Android 17. Android 17 bullies him, man. He can be an Android 17 victim. He can. So I don't think it's super crazy or off the mark to potentially talk about him there. I agree. If I say, well, I wish you had dumbass. Okay. Oh, Tech UI Goku. Okay. I don't know that I would agree. It is tough though. I gotta remember I'm looking at the CI global. All right. UI go. Okay. Oh. Tech UI Goku. Okay.
I'll go down more. See if I make it. I'm in a cave right now, guys. Feel me? Cave vibe. Exposure too high. Look at that. Y'all watch the break right now behind the scenes of what it's like. Independently, making it happen. When it's done, get on the benefit. My son's like, don't get scared of it. Yeah, careful. Be careful. Like the underdog looking at the world. For real. It's okay to be the underdog. It's okay to get torn down and then rebuild yourself back up. You feel me? Like, niggas think they can't do it. Shit, I'm thinking I can't do it. You see the process though, right? Keep it real with yourself, 2025. No fake flies and no, oh, I'm a new me, I'm new this, I'm new that. I'm the same nigga doing this a different year. Kill the fires though. Okay. Kill the fires though. Kill the fires though. Even on some calm shit, kill the fires. Make your life what you want to do, not what other people want to do. God been telling me to talk to the camera more. Take time away from streaming. For real this time. Like, take time for myself. Like, I don't gotta talk about what the hell happened. But God will really tear you down for you to be rebuilt back up. I hope y'all seeing it. Because y'all niggas done created a monster. Everything just been a blessing, bro. To be honest with you. Every breath, every second, every failure, everything. Thankful for everything. 2024. I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. I ain't rate the East this year. It's a lot of things I skipped out on this year to make sure myself was good. Because if I'm being real, I'm not always alright. You know, it's so easy to portray it in front of a square camera and, you know what I'm saying? Sit in front of the desk and say you okay, I'm alright. You know I ain't alright, nigga. You see all this bullshit, nigga. You know I ain't good some days. But you can show other people how to make sure they don't fall into the hole that they were trying to throw you in. Motherfucker try to throw me into the Don't allow yourself to fall into that hole. I'd be damned if I lose this I lose my mind. You know, a lot of people, they losing their mind trying to scramble for content right now. I'm blessed to be able to wake up and just be myself, you feel me? And I don't take advantage of that. I know I don't. You know why? Because I don't really care to. But now I'm starting to care to because it's a message that needs to be heard. Like, through any way I can get it, bro. Any way I can give it to y'all. I love everybody. I hope y'all been doing good, taking care of yourselves, as I have been. I'm gonna bring some gym vlogs for y'all. They glad this nigga think he getting swole and shit. Just a whole type of different vibe. Y'all gonna be seeing through vlogmas, my little fake vlogmas I'm doing. The experience has been insane. Shout out to everybody supporting the ball movement. Like, niggas real deal came with a whole new Make sure y'all leave a like right when you click this video, alright? Make sure you leave a like now. Y'all, man. Niggas been dropping condone and not posting it, and y'all still been going and buying and showing love. And I just appreciate y'all love all around. And I promise to spread more love back to y'all. And this is the way I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be consistent on one thing, and then look, y'all gonna tell me to do another thing. I'm like, talk about it real. Every time I leave the damn desk, my name is still being said like a record player. Everybody want a reaction. Everybody want to be ball hard. But that's love though, bro. You gotta have it in your heart to be a ball hard. You gotta have it in your heart to be CEO too. That's the camera talking to me, giving y'all some game. Like right now, dude, what I'm doing off camera is so amazing, bro. Like, I can only smile, dude. Like, niggas is growing up, bro. Like, that's all I can say. Niggas is dead growing up. Y'all be like, you pregnant, nigga? You having a baby? Yeah. yeah, I am. I'm getting married. I'm having a baby. That's why niggas be taking time away, huh? We'll pick these talks up, you know, at the end of every vlog, we'll have a little talk like that.
I don't feel like driving, bro. Real shit. I'm gonna be real as fuck right now. Damn, this look 2D. Oh my fucking god, that bitch is. Oh my god, bruh. Just. Nasty. This bitch is nasty. That's how you get to the water, nigga. Literally. I need some Birkenstocks. I ain't getting that water. You know what I'm saying? If I have Birkenstocks, I could really easily traverse this land.
The dangerous be.
What day is about this, though? Oh, it's
like
sharks and shit.
But I came back by 60. The town is super cool, okay? But yes, I miss my city. I want to be back home with the guys. I'm ball hard and I don't even try. When say move, you know we gonna slide. I'm really looking forward.
What is it? It's December 5th still? We've been out here for like 3 days. Almost. No? Yeah, 3 days almost. Tomorrow will be the 3rd day that we've been out here. Working. Usually I'm here on some chill shit, but we out here on the job. So we're getting a lot of work done. Oh damn, I didn't even know you had those. You just changed. W productivity. Hermes headband on. I might go get another one. Beautiful living. And I ain't got no drawers on under these, I swear to God. So y'all see this room right now. you are real. Superstar. No, for real. See what's behind me. We don't gotta say too much. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Alright, we on the road to 500,000 subscribers.
YouTube's darkest videos. Number 7.
It's December 4th, 2003.
Epic rubble up the Gore breakdown and we got time.
Hell no. I'm gonna go try to get them to stop doing that.
A police officer walking in a local park in Arlington, Virginia, is approached by a concerned family, claiming that someone in a nearby neighborhood had been shooting off a flare gun. The officer could hear it too, and following the sound, he eventually found himself at the home of 56-year-old James Yu. The man lived alone in his half of this duplex, and was described by neighbors as a recluse known to exhibit unusual behavior. Across his social media, he made posts claiming that he was the victim of fraud at the hands of all sorts of government agencies, as he had a deep distrust of the U.S. government as well as
that'll do it.
as law enforcement. And he believed that numerous people were attempting to kill him, like his ex-wife, the FBI, and even his neighbors. His posts seemed entirely nonsensical, and so did many of his actions. In the months prior, he had covered up all of his windows with garbage bags and aluminum foil, and he even wrapped his trees in toilet paper. And though these actions are entirely harmless, on this day, things were becoming far more troubling. When police arrived at his home, he would be seen firing his flare gun out of his window and into the air, over and over again, and despite repeated attempts to get him to stop.
Arlington County Police! Stop shooting the flares!
Why does that sound like not real?
To get him to
Stop shooting the flares!
stop.
Arlington County Police! Stop shooting the flares! Mr. Yu!
Mr. Yell?
He didn't let up, shooting 41 flares in the span of just 25 minutes. And he did it all with no explanation. In fact, he didn't even say a single word. Understandably, police were eager to get Yu out of his home for questioning, as at this point it wasn't obvious whether or not he was a threat.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna bang himself, bro.
And so for hours and hours they called out to him, first asking and then demanding that he exit his home.
James, Arlington Police, come to the front door with your hands up. Do it now. We have your building surrounded.
But still, there was no response. Growing impatient and worried that Yu might be planning something, the police would eventually bring in a specialized vehicle to bust down the door and spray the inside of the home with gas, all in an attempt to draw Yu outside.
James, stay away from your front door. Stay away from your front door, James.
And in response, Yu began firing once again. Only this time, he wasn't using flares. And instead, he was now yielding an actual gun. Thankfully, none of these shots connected, but with the situation becoming increasingly dangerous, the officers decided to fall back, as they carefully came up with a new plan for apprehending Yu. Though whatever they had been planning would never come to fruition.
Yeah. Whoa! I thought he was gonna shoot himself!
In a split second, the home was gone, as a massive explosion rang out from inside the house, reducing the entire structure to rubble. Inside the house, Yu had stored 55 gallons of gasoline in his basement, which he saved for that moment to ignite, with no warning and no explanation. Based on the footage, it's been theorized that Yu's actions were an attempt to lure police into his home so that he could then set off this explosion and take them all out along with his neighbors, as he genuinely believed that both parties were conspiring to kill him. Though somehow, when the smoke cleared, no civilians or police officers had so much as been injured.
Oh, that's good.
All that was found in the rubble was the remnants of a single body.
Intact?
Though for a moment, this wasn't the end of James Yu's story.
What?
Before that body could be identified, reports across social media began emerging showing that James Yu was somehow still alive.
Reddit. Bullshit. Reddit theories bullshit.
After the blast, comments were being made on what appeared to be Yu's YouTube channel, where he stated that this whole thing was a cover-up and that he wasn't even inside the home when the standoff started, which looking back, we never actually see him, and we also never hear his voice. Numerous posts pointing out this development would go viral and cause mass confusion
Why
about
would someone randomly just blow themselves up?
the story, which was only heightened when it was revealed that the body inside that building was in fact James Yu. Though in the end, it wasn't really as mysterious as some originally thought. As it turns out, the post showing these comments failed to realize that this wasn't actually Yu's account, and instead it had a completely different username, with the account likely having been created as nothing more than hoax. To this day though, there are some that still believe that
I can't believe people be believing. Bro, that Luigi, they did the same thing with the Luigi dude. The second that nigga got arrested, someone made a YouTube video saying, the truth will come out soon. Like, bruh, why do people do this shit?
that this was all some sort of massive cover-up. But in reality, it just seems that this was the result of a man gripped by crippling paranoia and
too much movies. People watch too much movies, man.
loneliness, with it all coming to a head in what has gone on to become one of YouTube's darkest videos.
He's back, baby. One of the creepiest creators on YouTube. Number what? What's that? What?
The internet is a dark and disturbing frontier.
It is.
This year alone, countless people have fallen victim to high-profile data breaches, raising serious concern about personal information security. Ticketmaster experienced a breach compromising over 560 million of their customer records.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
But most alarming of all, the National Public Data announced that they too had suffered a breach, where a staggering 2.9 billion records were leaked, potentially impacting every single American. And these leaks included critical personal information, such as full names, addresses, dates of birth, phone numbers, and even social security.
This is a fucking ad, isn't it? Oh, you sick son.
Exposed. There was really nothing else like it.
Oh shit.
This obscure 27,000 square foot structure allowed visitors to enter into what must have felt like another dimension. It was an exhibit called
Now what can go wrong here? This looks fun.
Dream Space. It was the creation of British artist Maurice Haggis, a 74-year-old artistic visionary obsessed with the idea of creating large-scale surreal environments. And this was his magnum opus. The structure was inflatable, akin to a massive bounce house, and once inside, guests were confronted with a labyrinth of brightly colored walls and cells, twisting and turning into some sort of surreal maze that patrons were told to lose themselves in. This piece of art premiered back in 2004, and due to its inflatability, it was actually built for travel, making stops in major cities in the UK, before it was eventually set up at Riverside Park in Durham on the 22nd of June, 2006. The very next day, 68-year-old Elizabeth Collins would visit the area with her husband and her daughter, as well as her 14-year-old grandson. And spotting this unusual structure in the distance, Elizabeth's grandson insisted on checking it out, excitedly taking off his shoes and running inside. And while the rest of the group was more apprehensive about entering, Elizabeth eventually decided to accompany them, leaving her husband and daughter on the outside, though not before turning back to them and joking that she was going in to find peace and serenity. Outside, Elizabeth's husband and daughter sat at a nearby table and enjoyed a cup of tea whilst conversing about the events of the week, only for the man to turn his head and notice that Dream Space was slightly moving, to which he excitedly said, "Oh, it's a ride, it's a ride. I wish I had gone on it." The daughter then turned her head to see the structure as it began to rise up off the ground, to which she chillingly responded, it's not alive.
What? Who the fuck recorded this shit? What was it recorded with? Jesus Christ, this is a security camera? Oh my god. Whoa! That shit getting crazy. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh my god, someone just fell out. I seen it. You saw that? Someone fell out.
In that moment, Dreamspace had snapped from its moorings and was blown into the air by a massive gust of wind. Agus just so happened to be standing at the entrance as it began to shift, and noticing what was happening, he grabbed on as he desperately tried to hold down his entire life's work.
Bro.
Though clearly this was of no use. And after being lifted in the air, his grip failed, sending him falling back to the ground below, where he lay staring up at his creation that was now flying 30 feet above him.
30 feet? How many people was in there? Oh, hell no, bro.
Inside, there were as many as 30 people who were now being thrashed around this giant inflatable structure in a scene that I truly can't even imagine. The claustrophobia of it, the dizzying colors, the screams, it's genuinely one of the most horrific scenarios I've ever heard. The inflatable structure was airborne for well over a minute, folding into itself before finally crashing back down into a parking lot, leaving behind what was described by witnesses as a field of bodies. Worst of all, the majority of those in attendance were families with small children, with one 7-year-old girl recounting her experience, saying, "It was very scary and people were screaming. I saw a lady clinging on and then falling out, and then she was lying on her back with people around her. I think she died." This lady was most likely 68-year-old Elizabeth Collins, who had been ejected from the structure when it was in the air, with her injuries being catastrophic and unsurvivable.
Oh, that was her.
Of all the others now sprawled throughout this field of grass, most were left injured, but thankfully not in serious condition. Though this wasn't the case for 38-year-old Claire Femenge, who had been inside during the accident with her 2 children. And despite her kids surviving, she was sadly not so lucky, with Claire and Elizabeth being the sole fatalities of the incident. The video is terrifying, and though it's easy to say that this could have been so much worse, considering how many people were in Dreamspace at the time, the consequences were still catastrophic, as it devastated 2 families, and likely left many others at the scene traumatized for life, especially the young children. But how could this have happened? Well, that day was particularly warm, which likely caused the air inside the structure to expand, causing a hot air balloon-like effect, which was then exacerbated by sudden strong gusts of wind, which eventually caused the structure to go airborne, as in the end, it just wasn't properly secured for the conditions. Soon after the incident, Maurice Agus was arrested for manslaughter, though he would ultimately only end up paying a small fine, as he vowed to never create a large work again. Just a few years later, in 2009, Maurice Agus would pass away, with his legacy forever being defined by this devastating footage.
Damn! He tried to help though. It's not like he meant to do that. Chapter 3. Elaine.
On October 2nd, 2006.
I don't know that I would agree. It is tough though. I gotta remember I'm looking at the CI Global. All right. Here's the thing with Takuya Goku. He's not doing the most in base form, but he does have nice survivability compared to, say, physical Gogeta turn 1, EGL Broly turn 1. A lot of transforming characters he's better than. The thing with this guy where we could talk about him being overrated is within, like, very fast, this guy got a little power crept because his domain is still crazy, right? Dodge canceling is crazy, all the different shit he does. But this is a counter character, and Dokkan has now fallen in love with damage threshold bosses. I think maybe Dokkan must think damage threshold bosses are maybe one of the best ways they could do power creep, I suppose. Like, they feel like if they do that as a power creep method, rather than having the boss, you know, now super for 10 million, they could just make it to where your weaker characters just can't damage the boss. Man, I don't know. I probably would prefer myself stronger bosses rather than directly making us do 0 because of like a damage check number. I think that shit sucks. Just 0, 0, 0. It counters so many characters that people love, right? Like physical Rose. I mean, you just go into that Goku and Frieza fight, and I mean, almost every single attack he's ever gonna do is just 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? I mean, if you've got his domain up, right, and you could get to like a, you know, a 3rd super, 4th super, stuff like that, like Rose could start to really go way over that damage threshold, and if he crits, he'll do some damage, but like, you gotta jump through hoops to get there, right? Like, he's a character directly countered by it. And this UI Goku, I mean, he can only damage Goku and Frieza with his counters. In my experience, he's got a triple super to do it. He needs to 1, 2, 3 triple super, and then each one of these, right here, is hitting him. And then at that point, then his counters are able to just get up above the threshold. So I really put a lot of credence into that Goku and Frieza fight. And I mean, if we talk about him in base, he can cancel 17 and Golden Frieza's dodge canceling ability. 17 and Golden Frieza, to me, is one of the 3 most toxic bosses in the game's history. Well, in the Red Zone meta. I think AoE Broly, Int Fusion Zamasu, and 17 and Golden Frieza. Those are the 3 bosses I have died to the most by far. Those 3 are on a different level, right? And it's like, this guy has a really shitty transformation condition. It's his 3rd turn, which is not great. Because if he starts out in slot 7, you're done. You're not going to have it up for 17 and Golden Frieza, right? Like, you just load in, GG, not happening. He can hang in there against 17 and Golden Frieza in slot 2 or 3, if, like, he triple supers, but, yeah. I mean, I can kind of see it, but a lot of it is that he just got countered by the fight, man. A lot of characters are like that. I mean, you could say Rose, he got countered by the fight. And, I mean, I would even jump to say, if this character was AGL instead, because that's the other thing, we did so many runs, man. This is why I'm very glad I made my own channel just a little bookmark I could click to right here.
What up, Dokkaners? We were given some ads from Japan, so let's go ahead and check these out. There are 3 more ads to add to the pool. We had the 3 from last week, and really didn't give us much. So as far as what we can take away from this one, I'm telling you right now, it's nothing. This is basically a fluff video full of fluff ads that do nothing more than simply just add more intrigue, I suppose, to those who don't play the game. If you play the game and you've been watching content, you're already ready for the celebration. You already know what to expect-ish, and this is not catering to you. This is really to just bring in, I guess, new players, or maybe just to remind those of you who are not playing as much that something hype is coming soon, and they're sort of just navigating through the course of Z to do it. Now, they did the same thing last year, not with still images. It was more with, didn't they show like actual, no, they showed the animations of older anniversary characters, I think. I can't remember exactly what the ads were, but they did something. And over the course of the various promotions that they were doing, people thought various things because of the ads that they showed. Ultimately ended up being not Spirit Bomb. I was thinking 2 years ago. Last year, what did they do actually for Gogeta and Beast Gohan and all this stuff? I don't know if they did anything. I'm thinking of the 8th anniversary. The 8th anniversary is the one where they did like, they ran through the sagas or something. I don't know. Point is, who cares? Let's go ahead and watch these. I've got the previous translations. They weren't that great, but it was Goku in the Saiyan pod recovering in Namek Saga. It was Krillin screaming for Goku from the Saiyan Saga, and it was Namek Vegeta in the armor after Zenkai. I think this is after Zenkaiing, or maybe this is witnessing the unlocked potential for Gohan and Krillin. But anyway, that's also Namek Saga. So 2 Namek Sagas plus a Saiyan Saga. So surely the 10th anniversary is going to be Android Cell Saga, right? Right. Let's go ahead and watch these. Pause the music. You guys can hear the voice acting. And then it's the same thing. It's this one. Can't wait for the 10th anniversary. Oh my god. So let's go ahead and check out these. I guess what we'll do for this video is we'll try to see if we can spot every single animation. So right now, if you want to join me in this little game, mute the video so that you don't have it spoiled for you. But I'm gonna start identifying the animations. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Tech, Super Saiyan Vegeta.
Be swept away by the
Android
wind.
19, Dr. Zero. Oh, then we got Physical Piccolo's active skill, STR Android 18, and that's it. And then in the background, we saw some of the Android Cell Saga units in the middle, but then they also show like Majub, they show Trunks and Broly, they show Orange Piccolo. So yeah, background means nothing. Honestly, these animations here mean nothing, but it's just kind of consolidating the Android Cell Saga. So that is the end of the first one. Now let's go into the second. Oh, what does the Kami thing translate to? So according to my sources, which is Google,
Mr. Bobo, soon I'll be on this earth. Something unbelievable happened. Doc battle.
Oh my, Kami. I don't know what that means. This is just him freaking out over Cell though. So, okay, now let's check out the next one. What is the next one? That is, okay, I just gotta say, he looks so good. Imperfect Cell looks so good. The lighting here is so sweet. It's immaculate.
Will be swept away by the wind.
All right, once again, let's identify these animations. Who are the animations coming up? Mute if you want. Also, there's no Android Cell Saga representation in the middle. This is Vegeta, Beast Gohan, and Super Saiyan 3. All right, so what do we got here? We've got AGL transforming Cell. Then we've got, is that Android? Tech 16. Actually, wait, Tech 16 and in Super Strike 16 have the same animations, right? Not Super Strike, Powerful Comeback 16, whatever. Android 16. What else we got? More transforming Cell. Oh, it's the thumb. He's back. STR Super Vegeta. And that's it. Let's check out what Cell is saying here. So according to my very legitimate sources, that is Google.
For a long time, I have been waiting for this day to come. I've been waiting. Knock battle.
Okay, cool.
All will be swept away
There you go.
by the wind.
Let's move on to the last one. Super. There we go.
Let the show begin.
Mom said it's my time to play Xbox. Alright, let's go check out what that. We'll just see what it translates to right now. It won't happen again. I don't know if that's right. Isn't this the part where he says, "Let me out"? Let me out. All right, let's check out the animations now. If you want to mute, feel free. Let's check them out here. Let's identify the characters. Looking in the background, it doesn't even correlate to Majin Buu Saga. We got Videl over here. We got Kid Buu. We got Spirit Bomb GT, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta LR. All right, AGL LR Super Buu. Heck, Go Tanks. Oh, they work